Right, so hopefully you've all got a sense from last time on some of the different things that we've been doing recently, that kind of stuff, because obviously we've had the long break. So last things that was happening was the battle where you'd gone back to the Wyvern Tavern after the fight with the Ublix. Then you came back in the morning, went to the Ublix area, searched around there, found the different things. Then as you was exiting there to come back out into this kind of sewer areas where you got jumped by that kind of group of rats. And then obviously you fought them, defeated them, and you're now at this point. Time is about 11 o'clock. Probably going to go, that's not the time now. Time is about 11 o'clock in the morning. So pretty much back over to you guys.
Well, as soon as we're allowed to do anything, Brad, I'm going to second wind and then false life.
Yep, okay. Remember, false life in my one is a single roll.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll do. And then that's two. Right, so I'm updating my
Try
Beyond.
just D&D Beyond and make
sure.
Yeah,
I'm using that on my phone. So
yeah, and then see if it does do the link across to Foundry, which I think it does. Okay, so what's other people doing?
Getting ready to head out, I suppose.
I'm actually trying to sign in.
Oh, what? You're not in?
No.
I've just got my little spider on my hand and I'm stroking his head.
Sorry, Brad. My D&D Beyond is not
there you go.
linked to Foundry simply because of the fact I'm using my
A different
character
browser.
sheet. Yeah, I'm using it on my phone rather than on the thing, because I'm recording.
Okay,
So,
well,
so I'll manually update my.
I was going to say D&D Beyond is the main one, so if you've got
yeah.
it there for me, that's the main one. Internally in the game is for other people, really.
Yep, I will. I update my
You gotta do
thing.
password and crap down
Cool. Chris, if it's a problem trying to do it other than
He's
Firefox,
doing it. He's doing it.
I was going to say just go with Firefox.
I'd say so.
Excuse me. As done. I'm just yeah.
Right.
I'm waiting
Go
for.
to
I'm just
settings.
looking at Sammy
Go
or
to
waiting for other people to
running.
do whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
I've got my spider on my hand and I'm just petting his head.
Go configure the settings. Top one. All the
I'm
way
good
down.
to go again.
And then install the Forge More Awesomeness.
So what's the plan then?
Install.
Apparently, we're waiting for Birdie to do something with his browser. Don't know what that is.
He's not got his headphones on, so he can't hear you.
The last thing that actually happened, forgetting about that, was Leo was doing the thing where he was focusing on the dagger from Gondra. And afterwards, what was it you said?
Right, basically, Leo placed his hands on my head, and I it's a strange feeling. Like I don't feel like he's doing anything, but there's something there. And then he tells Fruit Queen to tell me to never to let the dagger leave me. And Leo protects.
There you go. So that was the last thing that happened, Stuart. That's the bit you missed. Is after he was doing something to focus on the dagger, but you didn't get an awful lot from him in terms of what specifically he did afterwards. You just know that he essentially was saying, "Don't let the dagger go," was the kind of main thing he was saying. That was the bit you missed afterwards.
Yep.
But that's changed my mind now about letting Levi take the dagger to have a look at.
Yeah, keep it close, never let it go, keep it in a possession, keep it safe. And then I said I'll protect her.
Is it safe?
I don't know if you don't know that. You don't know. It might not be safe.
No. I'm talking about the Marathon Man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Lord of the Rings.
No. Oh yeah, that's what there is that as well. But yeah, Marathon Man. He just keeps asking, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" And then he starts pulling his teeth out.
What? Never mind.
Yeah, Marathon Man is an excellent film.
If you say so.
Mm.
Okay, so obviously some of you have taken a couple of knocks and dealt with himself quite well. So you guys have got to decide what you're doing now. I can't remember what you was actually doing. I remember you coming out this way. I can't remember what your intent was.
I'm not sure whether we were actually leaving or we were on our
It
way out,
was
weren't
early
it?
though. It was early, so I don't know.
Was we?
I can't remember.
Right, we came here to go back to that place where we was all fucking, I don't know what was charmed or whatever was happening to us. By that.
Okay, well let's start like this then. So you've essentially just done that fight, and
I thought we went
Leo,
to Ublex place and looked in there and did a search, and we didn't find the plate mail +3
Correct.
that I mowed, and then we were leaving, and then I think we were leaving, or we maybe because we come back to here. This is quite early in the catacombs, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, you
right.
can't
There was no lightning javelin or anything like that we
Yeah,
fought.
yeah. So I thought we were leaving
there
Yeah.
was
for whatever
cursed
reason,
javelin and a
and
cursed
then we got
Ant-Man.
ambushed.
Yeah, I don't know if you was leaving to leave though.
Yeah, no, I don't recall either. But did we examine all did we loot all the bodies and stuff from if there was anything here and in the area where they came from? Have we done that?
You don't know where they came from in that sense.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, that's obviously.
They were here, kind of thing, when you come through. They were ambushing.
Did we loot? Did we go through and I just start kicking them with my foot and see if there's.
We got some items, haven't we, Brad?
You do have some magic items you found from the Ubelix area, yeah.
Oh, what did we find? Oh, yeah, we found the stick and a magic penny or something that.
Wasn't
So
there a
if
spell
you,
book as well?
another thing I did change was your journals. I put them in a way that was easier for me to read, so they might look slightly different, but they're technically the same. I've just put them in folders for me because I can see all of them. But if you go to the party loot, you can see it in there. I've added the names of the magic items. If you search for that name in D&D Beyond, it will tell you what the item is.
Enduring spellbook and a chime of opening. Oh. All right.
I wanted one of those actually, if I can.
Yeah, you can talk to these.
I'm gonna look.
What was it? Is it
of delving? I expect to be disappointed. Isn't it?
It's better than a copper piece, Stu.
Is it?
How about that?
Oh, it's one. Oh, right. Okay. So this was useful right at the beginning when we were trying to work out how deep stuff was, and now we know how deep stuff is because we've been down here. We don't need it. That's roughly what I expected.
Also, if you technically look at the few items that you found, they kind of paint a picture.
Yeah, probably from a spelunking wizard.
It seems possible.
I only know the word spelunking from playing Rick Dangerous.
Oh dear.
So has there been any wizards going missing recently?
None that you can recall, but the two bodies you found, one of them was a young humanoid, which was
Hold
that
on,
one.
Sammy. Sorry, Bradley, to interrupt. One of Sammy's competitors or colleagues went missing, didn't he? Was he a magic man? Was he selling shit?
He was a merchant.
Did he sell magic shit, Sammy?
No.
Ah, all right. Sorry.
Kind
Continue,
of like jewelry and stuff like that. But one of the ones you found was the young humanoid female. The other one was a Mao who was the body had been there for a very long time. Humanoid Mao, been there for a very long time. Possibly put 2 and 2 together.
Maybe that will open up a conversation arc that wasn't there previously when we go and speak to people.
Well, it does seem
Ask
like
about dead
whatever
spelunking
happening,
wizard.
You don't
it does
recall
seem
any
like
of the...
whatever is happening for a while, because obviously we've got some decomposing bodies now.
Yeah.
So we need to find out if it's connected.
What's the plan then? Are we
Or-
just gonna
or
are
one-
we gonna carry
yeah,
on
one
searching all these?
We're going to continue, aren't we?
I know we've still got corridors and stuff we ain't gone down.
There's lots
Mhm.
of places we haven't been.
Uh-huh.
So remember the
Well, I
map's top
suggest
right. You
we
can flick on it if you need to.
I
Well, it
suggest
was
carry
paused.
on looking.
You can still change map, I think, can't you?
Yeah.
There you go, unpaused.
Brad, you said before about your maps are very deliberate. What's this stick on the floor here?
It's broken up wood. If you carry on walking around, there's bits and pieces on the floor like rubble from where you first fought the kind of hybrid rats. There's kind of like debris on the floor, like as if they've been scavenging.
Okay.
None of it useful. Most of it just broken rubbish kind of thing.
There's
maybe
passages down here, by the way.
Yeah, I was just
yeah.
looking at that.
Maybe go down and check to see what the do a bit of tracking and see how much movement's coming in and out of these, like going up and down and out of these corridors. That be something worth doing?
Well,
By
what
all
quite-
means.
What?
Sorry, I found some biscuits in my pocket. Yo, Bulgarian, can you track? I've forgotten.
That's a good question, actually.
It seems like something you would do.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Maybe find out where these fuckers come from.
So what we got to do? Have we come down into here, or
You've come down from just above where Quinn is currently in Leo.
so
Wait,
the
the
sewer
one-
map is up? I take it north from here.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, shall we start heading out?
Yeah. Lead the way.
Take it it's this way.
There's that tunnel past where we fought the Oblix, where it like goes to the right a bit that we haven't been to.
So
So I guess we're going up to the sewer map now, Brad, yeah?
Yeah. Well, you can flick back on the forwards. What happened with tracking? Was there tracking or not?
I can try.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know you was going to do it or not.
Yeah, I can give it a go.
It's a survival check if you're going to do tracking.
Yeah.
It does look like it's going to be particularly hard here because knowing what you know of it already, the area generally is, especially in here, it's like a man-made kind of tiled floor with kind of quite close together tiles that's watertight, so the water runs over it. And out of the large diameter pipes, you can see that there's generally a small amount of water constantly trickling out that then kind of meets in the middle and drifts off down towards the main kind of cave way that you went down the bottom right. So you kind of feel like if there is going to be tracks, it might not be easy to see them based on the constant running water.
Yeah, probably won't be, but
I'll give it a go.
Can I help as well?
I believe so. You any good at it?
I didn't say that, but I'm gonna try and help.
I think he means, are you proficient in it?
Oh, certainly not.
Are you a professional?
I'm not a
I don't think
professional.
you've got anyone who's proficient in it.
I don't think anyone is. No.
I'm gonna give it a go as well.
You can both roll separately, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
can do.
Yeah, go on. Then.
survival.
Yep, survival.
That's 15 for me.
Oh, there you go. I rolled really well.
Bulgarian's just kind of fixated on some moss.
On some water. No, the trickling water.
Yeah, it's trickling over the moss and it's kind of wiggling, and you're like, oh, look, it's quite a little creature.
Oh dear.
What did you get? 15, Ad?
Yeah.
And
Hello?
Brad's died.
Okay, thank you. Someone spoke. I thought I died.
No, Brad's died. He's
We
frozen.
broke the DM.
Oh my god, have we broke him already?
Only
Come
got
back,
25
2
minutes
dots.
into it.
Come on, little blue dots, you can do it.
Put you back into it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So I rolled a
Go on,
16
MC
on that one,
Chris.
by the way.
1, 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
saw
trying to
that.
sort out.
Because I was like, did he say 15? Oh, we broke Brad 25 minutes into the session.
Oh dear.
Who said a bad thing to Bradley? Be ashamed of yourself.
Ah,
I have to console myself with some Skittles.
Oh dear.
Boneless Skittles. They're much nicer.
boneless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boneless Skittles are always the nice ones.
Oh dear.
I like my Skittles without gelatine in, thank you very much.
I'm gonna add Luminor to my taskbar. Let's put it. Let's wait till.
Tell him he spelt bear wrong.
One, 2.
3, 4.
We can hear you, MC Christopher.
Auto determining.
Or just call Callum.
That's a sexy elbow shot there, Chris.
I just fixed the camera so it doesn't come out of the camera. Do you want to do yours,
Nice.
Candy? But I think it's your mic, isn't it? It's your mic on your headset. It's the problem, isn't it? Or you can get the echoey. Yeah. Okay. Right, so that's the camera sorted. I'm going to do a bit of a... Just going to tell everyone what I'm doing.
Ad, what did you do to change your lighting then?
I moved it.
Can everyone hear me?
You
We
moved
can
it.
hear you, mate.
Or are you choosing to ignore me?
No,
Hello.
we can hear you. We thought you was talking to Candy. Can you hear us? That's the
No,
question.
I didn't do it right then. I fucked it.
I don't think he can hear us, can he? He's talking to us.
No, I don't think you can hear you.
No.
Christopher, look, I was about to say, Christopher, put your sexy elbow back in shot.
Stuart said, "Put your sexy elbow back in your shot." Apparently.
You want me to bring the Discord settings up, mate? I just wanted to stop going on the mic.
1, 2.
Hello.
it's not my computer. My computer just decided to freeze on shutdown.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Chris. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh,
I've
good.
sorted it. I've sorted it now.
Snorted it.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear
yeah,
you,
we
Brad.
can hear you, Brad.
Yeah,
Hello.
my computer's. I don't know what happened. Discord just went weird, and then other things started locking up.
You
So I
sound
went
like
to
you're a
restart.
lot closer to your computer now as well.
Say that again?
You sound like you're a lot closer to your mic now.
No. I'm on my Surface at the moment.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I haven't restarted my computer yet. It didn't want. It kind of done weird. Didn't want to restart, sort of thing. It was just
Computer said no.
hanging. Pretty much. So I'll be just a sec.
With my book, so I'm now up to session 5, writing it all out again.
It's been
Oh, you got it.
watching. She's been watching them.
Been watching them
Check to
to
actually look up your name on YouTube.
YouTube.
Stu.
What do you mean, look up my name? It should be fucking ingrated into your skulls. Everyone should be like, go to
No,
sleep. And
mine.
it's...
They come up with a warning. Just take safe mode security off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warning, extreme narcissism,
Wounded.
entitled sense of self-importance and worth,
Yeah.
inflated sense of self-importance, rather.
Do you remember before the movies they used to warn you about the age and all that sort of stuff and do a
I'm
little
just gonna go make
announcement?
a cup of tea while I wait.
This
for you
movie
guys
is
to be
rated
right back.
18.
This channel is rated 11 on a scale of 1 to 10 for entitled sense
Yeah,
of
please.
self-worth. It's weird when you listen back to like the D&D. I could listen to us lot playing D&D over and over again, and I do. I frequently do. I go back and listen to them. I've tried to watch other people play D&D, and obviously apart from Critical Role, and I haven't watched them in ages. Every other channel I try to listen to, I'm like, ugh, and it seems really, really good. Really, everything else, it's like the production level is fucking way off the charts. They've got thousands of subscribers, so they're obviously doing really well, and they've got a good story to tell. I can't listen to it. It's like you hear them talking, and you're doing the voices, and you go, "Oh, what a prick! What a..." Yet me and my stupid ass American accent, I'm like, "Oh, I'm a professional, I am." So yeah, it's just it's really weird. It's really weird. So yeah,
That's off
Really,
twice, then,
really
isn't it?
weird, but really explainable.
yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I have no idea what happened then. Hopefully, that's a one-off. Okay, so
I'm following.
obviously
I'm just saying, I'm
Bulgarians-
going to follow behind, and I'll keep up with the rear as they all move
Okay.
through.
Well, first of all, where was you actually doing the search? Where in this room or whatnot? You can, if you do the whole room, you can. It'd be potentially a much longer time to do it. Where was the kind of intent to?
Well,
to
more or
be
less. Well, more or less, where we've had the fighting, just to see where they're mainly going up and down from.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. And obviously, there's still a corridor we haven't searched in the sewage system.
Multiple directions, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely down in like the first, because we had a fight there.
Remember,
didn't
you
we,
can ping
that
on the
first
map
one,
here. Remember, you can
and the
ping.
sewer map.
Remember,
Yeah,
you can
ping,
ping.
Keith.
Oh,
Keep your hand on the
Press
main
and
mouse
hold
button.
down with your left click.
That one. That one. Ping, ping.
Were you pinging?
He's
So,
on
yeah.
the other map. On the
Oh,
other
it's on
map.
one of those sewer map,
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh,
not
I see.
pinging now.
You're not searching on this bit. Not in the room where you currently are.
Why is it not pinging? What have I done?
I don't think you
Oh, there
can
you go.
ping on the.
Yeah, I think you
You
can ping
can.
on here.
No, mine's not working. for
So
some
where you
reason.
currently are, Keith, is look at your party token. That's where you currently are. That's where the ones that came out to ambush you were.
What was the room where I got peppered?
Where did you get peppered? By what?
By arrows.
By arrows. I think that was quite a while ago, but I think that
I
was
done
this
it you
room
and
here.
David, and I didn't do the dodge thing.
I think that was this room here.
Was that?
This is the one where you came in and they was playing cards at a table.
Oh, okay. So what was this room above it then?
That's the Ublix room.
Okay.
The notes have gone, Brad.
They're there for me.
Yeah, there's one there. Go up to your on the left
Oh
hand
yeah,
side. you've
sorry. You
got-
can over. All right, yeah. It looks like there's no token. That's why.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Unless Keith, you meant in this room, the main sewer room where you are now.
No, he did definitely. There was a right hand turn that he went into, and he just went
You
ran
mean the
into
one
the
where you
room.
nearly died, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's back in the other room. That's if you go back through down the right hand side, takes you into what is the open cave. Let me just quickly open it up for you guys so you can remember what that looked like. You would remember, you'd have a rough estimation of what that looked like.
But Chris, you
I'm
need to
just
be in
gonna-
this sewer map so that you can see it, because otherwise he's got to go back over it
Yeah,
again.
he's on it. He's on it.
No, he's
Right.
not. Who's the C then?
It is Chris, yeah.
Yeah, so Chris needs to be on the sewer map, not
Oh, no,
sewers.
it's Candy. It's Candy.
Oh, it's Candy.
It's
She
Candy.
doesn't have to jump over.
Well, I thought you
No.
you said that if she's not in that map, then it doesn't show if you
Only if I'm
reveal
gonna
it.
start, only if I'm going to start moving the thing around. At which
It's the
point, when I
black-
do,
it's
I'll
the
tell you.
thing that
Oh,
the
right,
fog of
sorry.
war.
Right, what I'm going to quickly do is just chuck you all over to. I'm going to activate this map so you can see this. This is what is that sewer room where you currently are. If you go out the bottom right, you come into this area where you are now. If you remember this area with all the very tight little caves where Leo was found, down the bottom is the beach.
Nice. Still
You remember this one?
Yep.
I'm just kind of re-showing you this because obviously there's been a big gap in between. Right at the very east-hand side of this map is where that happened, Keith. But this map was mostly
Okay.
all dead end other than the exit. This kind of, there's a stream that runs from where you currently are now down through here and then it runs right out the cave that kind of goes out into the beach area. So they're the only kind of real, you've searched this whole cave area and they're the only kind of two outwards paths of this kind of cave. So that's what the one you're thinking of where you took lots of damage. That's where you fall
Thank you.
lots of little random ones as such. Generally, lots of actual rats. If I remember rightly.
Cool.
Right, so I'm going to jump you back over to one we was on, and yeah, so we've got the sewer map, and then this one where you currently are.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to quickly show you that one. So that is down to the bottom right. That's where that one was.
Weird.
Are we all like together, or we just gone off into different?
No,
Stuart,
still all there.
You loaded in,
All
Stuart?
together, I think.
Stuart, are you loaded in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Because you've got a black token, so you can't see it at the very top.
What?
Because your color is black, I think right at the very top, you must have a black token that I can't see.
Yeah, he is black.
You know, right at the very top where you've got like the on the sewers thing on the tabs, you've got like a GA.
Oh, right. Okay. All
You're
right. How do I
black,
change?
so I can't actually see your little token.
Oh, okay. I'll change that.
I think
That's
it's
rubbish.
there,
then. How do I change the colours again?
right click on that on the name down the bottom left hand corner and do user configuration.
That's it. Okay.
Change
Yeah,
it to just a slight grey, just a slight grey black, and that will probably mean that we could see at the top there. We only need to slightly see an indent of it to know that you're there. It's a shame it doesn't automatically turn the letters into white. Yeah, there you go, that kind of thing.
I'll pick a better colour.
So where was you? Yeah, now knowing that, what was you thinking in terms of the survival check? I guess more so you, Quinn.
Oh yeah, because I'm so good at that. As we just
Bulgarian
witnessed.
sidetracked completely.
Hey, no, I'm just that good at that.
Yeah, you expected him to be doing something. You think he's doing something, but he's actually staring at a piece of moss water, wriggling over it, making it wiggle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, rolled so well.
I mean, yeah, can we see like tracks going like, up this way where we went? I assume we would because we saw them, but we want to go past where the Oblix was. There was another tunnel
Yeah,
we could go to.
Yeah, well, that's what I sort of meant by the other corridors, like them coming in and out and seeing where they're actually going to and from.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to be able to search all the different places. I'm merely just trying to get an example of where, so I can
Yeah,
have a time scale sort of thing. If you go multiple places, then I'm just going to know how much time you do doing it, sort of thing. So,
I mean, I'm thinking look at the tunnel past the Oblix tunnel. That makes
Past
sense. There's like
Yeah,
an extra
good.
tunnel that goes off to the right.
Because we've
Give me
also
a
got
ping.
a tunnel up there we haven't been down.
I
So
can't. I can show you on this map.
yeah, give me a ping on that map.
oh, we're going to, aren't we?
Okay, that's where you're going to concentrate your one on.
Yeah.
Bulgarians, we don't have to wonder. He can be anywhere along the route. He can be found that piece of moss.
Thanks.
That one there is particularly difficult to be able to get anything from because that bit where you're referencing, Adam, that's the large diameter pipe that you're inside, and that bit that breaks off the side is it's all man-made, the pipe itself, and the pipe that leads out is like a 90-degree angle that comes out. So you're inside it, and it kind of has a main channel that runs down. When you look up that pipe you're referring to, you can see that there's water coming down that towards you to lead into this pipe where you currently are now. And that water, you would assume, is kind of mess with any kind of tracks that could potentially be left there. There's no real kind of there's no real kind of
Not that
any
one,
kind
I
of amount of
wouldn't
mud
sit.
or anything like that really helps or anything. So
And is it one we can actually go up or not?
yeah, you can walk up it. It's there, it's open, you can see it. It just goes off into darkness.
Do you guys want to go there?
Yeah, sounds good.
Before you walk off, just a reminder. So one of the things you noticed more so when you walked all the way up this and you walked all the way back down it, one of the things you noticed is that you're on a slight tilt upwards when you're walking north. So as you're walking north, you're on a kind of a very gradual kind of gradient that's going uphill. Is one of the things you kind of noticed from walking up and down it. Also, this point where you potentially are, you're in that part where as you're stepping, you can tell that there's nothing necessarily outside. You're in the kind of hollow potential area of the pipe. All right, so can I get everyone on the sewer map? Because I'm going to move the...
I'm over there now, so...
I'm going to move the dibbity-doos. So if anyone else, especially when we're moving on the sewer map, and I'm going to move you around, at any point if someone wants to do something, stop, or anything else, obviously let me know as I'm going along.
Sorry, just getting back to my computer. I was in my kitchen sorting out some dinner.
I was wondering where our leader was. Leo puts his hand on his hips.
He was waiting for God.
Tapping his feet.
I've clicked it. I'm on a sewer map now, but back in the kitchen. Somebody's still in there. Somebody begin with C still in the other one though.
I think it's you technically.
It's you. You're the only D.
C, I said.
No, D.
Oh.
D is in the sewers, and you should be in the sewer map.
Can't
Okay,
refresh.
maybe everyone is, and it hasn't refreshed up there or something.
Oh.
I should be in there. It's taking its time.
Oh no, you're in there now.
I can
There you go.
You're in there now, mate.
Okay, so these pipes themselves, they're about in the middle kind of section. The diameter from the middle is probably close to 10 feet across, but because they are completely circular, you've only really got like a 5-foot path that you're kind of walking in. Is the way to describe these tunnels that you're in at the moment. Again, where you are, you can see the water is kind of hitting your feet, and you're kind of trudging through. It's not much, probably barely even gets up much above your heel. Is the kind of amount of water that's coming down this pipe. Also, another thing to note is, even though I'm referring to them as sewers, you don't necessarily know. Like, I guess you guys are kind of somewhat assuming sewers, me naming them as that, but it isn't like, it's not like sewers like an underground for waste and stuff like that. There isn't down here. There's a particular kind of a damp, kind of moldy smell, as it were, but it's not like human waste and that sort of waste that's going through. Yeah, it's not like that kind of sewer system as such. There could potentially be them sort of ones, but this one strikes you as it's not for that sort of purpose.
Got it. No poo poo.
All right, so I'm moving it now, so people should.
Can I send Oscar ahead first, my little spider?
I'll stop here.
Yeah.
So can everyone see that bit, the little line I've just made?
Yeah.
So right here, you should all be able to see a line along the pipe without a break. So if any point on this map, there's like a black fog of war type break in between, and that just means you missed something somehow, and I have to re-go over it for you. So this distance, what I've stopped you at, so you've kind of gone forwards, walked a bit forwards, and then you thought, actually, I could observe with a scout. This amount of distance you've walked so far takes you a couple of minutes to be able to walk for sure, at least 3, 4, 5 minutes to be able to get this far. And now you're going to send Oscar, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to see through his eyes and just send him like...
Okay, so you're still...
Forward.
How far does Oscar go?
100 feet.
100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar, literally just as you're... So similar to what you've had before, when you've gone into Oscar, you've looked around, and off these kind of big, large pipes that you're in, there's lots of kind of smaller pipes, about the kind of pipe you can put your, like, about the size diameter-wise, where you can put your arm into it, sort of thing. But they kind of come, sometimes they come from straight up, sometimes they come straight out the side, sometimes slightly lower down. They're quite random how they come out at different levels.
Yeah.
And at times you can see some little trickles of water coming out of them. So you imagine small pipes leading into a big pipe is what you're gathering from them. You did originally send Oscar into them pipes, and when you did, he went round and it was just a maze. He was going all over the place. So you
Yeah.
kind of eventually brought him back. In this instance, you're looking for his eyes, and he kind of crawls up the side a bit, so he's out of the water, scrabbles along the side down to 100 feet, and it is just a continuation of this pipe, same sort of thing. Little odd every now and again, little pipe goes off, that kind of thing, but it's the same as you've just already walked through.
Okay. Yeah, I bring him back. I let you guys know. I say, this is going like 100 feet in that direction. Do we want to keep going or?
Crack on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
on?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, one more thing to note is marching order and how are you moving? Are you moving stealthily? Are you moving fast? Are you moving at a kind of just a general pace? How are you moving through this large tunnel?
Myself and Sammy are not quiet.
Brad, Brad, how
think
long ago
general
did
pace?
I do my ability, mate?
General pace, just
How long ago would you say we've been doing this?
Given that there's been some tracking type of stuff, I'd say.
It's gone.
How long does
So
it last?
I think it's up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely gone. It
Just
10
double
minutes
check.
goes about the time, probably a bit more than that. Probably about here, somewhere around here is about 10 minutes worth of walking from the sewers down the bottom. It's
Okay,
a
cool,
long
mate.
way. You're walking a fair old distance, kind of thing. That's one of the things you notice as you're walking through these tunnels. It just seems to go and go and go. So, what kind of speed or cautiousness and whatnot? How are you walking through the tunnel?
No. We're gonna have to go cautiously, aren't we? Because we know that there have been mines down here. Remember, I picked
Yeah,
up that
true.
mine, didn't I? There's traps
Yes.
down here, so we're gonna go cautiously.
But if you put me in the middle and I hold onto someone's shoulder, I can look through his eyes. I assume and still walk. Is that what I can do?
Yeah, we say you
Like a
can do that.
blind man. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him like 100 feet in front of us.
Yeah, we can say they can guide you. Who's guiding you?
I'm gonna be in
I'll
like
guide
wherever the middle is, and then
I'll guide
hand on someone's shoulder.
Was that you, Belgarian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Who's at the front?
The
If
sailor's normally at the front anyway, isn't he?
If I go
Sammy
at the
generally
front,
is.
I can see nearly as far as the spider. Well, I can see the spider.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
And then I guess Sammy behind Fenton.
Yeah.
That'd probably do for me.
Lighting me up like a beacon.
I'm going to be in the middle.
If
You're
how
better.
big is it?
No,
Is
I'm
it
gonna go at
5
the
foot
back.
wide or is it 10 foot?
It's a 10-foot diameter cross, but because it's got sloped rounded kind of
Okay, yeah.
sides, you're kind of walking in a 5-foot channel if you like. But potentially you could run up two sides and fit two of you in, but you'd then just slide back down. So
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Am I the only one without dark vision?
No, I haven't got dark vision.
I mean, you
Oh,
still have that light keep flicking on every time, don't you? As
Yeah,
in
we
when
got-
it goes.
You got a
When it
light
goes down.
source on your head.
Yeah, Thingy put a spell on my.
Well, I was
thingy,
thinking
hasn't
if we go in like a conga line where like we could turn the light off and try and be a bit stealthier.
Sure. Would you
We
like that
can't.
to happen?
No. I can't do stealth anyway. I'm a metal person.
I love
Okay,
In a metal tube.
Yeah, but right now we're a beacon. Like,
To be fair, he's a metal person in a metal tube, so we're fucking ringing along like a fucking
Yeah.
It's like door
Yeah.
chimes, isn't it?
The
I'm
dinner
the
bells.
same as well.
The dinner bell's ringing.
We can. Shall we hold back a little bit then?
It is a bit
Keep an eye
tough
on
for
the
you
back.
guys to move quietly.
yeah,
with
maybe
Fenton
just
and
take
Sammy.
back a bit. Yeah. Take the
Me
road.
and Sammy can just make sure nothing comes behind us, can't we?
Okay, so we've got Fenton and Sammy, say about 20 foot or so distance from the other four, and
Okay.
then way 100 feet ahead, you've got Oscar. Is that correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
There's no objections. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then you're going to carry on walking up the best you can without making noise in a general way.
Something like that.
I mean, it's not going to work, is it?
Well,
I'm
it's not
making noise,
stealthy,
and
but-
I've got a big torch on my head.
But well, at least we'll be warned in advance. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you make your way for.
Oh, hold on. I can see as far as the spider is, mate. I'm saying this to Gurley.
Yeah, but then the spider can see a bit further on than that.
Yeah, fair point. Okay. All right.
Sorry, can we just stop for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot to do my job. How is everyone with their hit points?
The DM did give you a cue that you didn't pick up on.
Yeah, no, mate, I've been trying to set
He's been
up.
trying to set up.
I'm trying to
his
set up.
Sorry, mate,
fucking-
sorry.
Yeah,
headphones and
yeah.
everything.
Sorry. Brad,
no,
if you
thank
don't
you.
mind, mate, can I just check on everyone, make sure, just before we move on?
I'm about a 25 out of 30, mate.
Okay.
Div was
I'm
not
about-
happy when I did that.
No. I thought I'll get it out of the way now.
His face. He was not happy.
I
On a
believe
sca-
if you're
On a scale of 1 to 18, I'm about a 9. And he just huge disappointing look.
if I'm not correct,
Can't
you
see everyone's
guys
hit points.
all should be your hit points
You
over
can
on
see
the
it,
other
but
map.
not on the other map. Yeah, we have to go back to the other
On
map.
the other map, you should be able to look at other people's tokens, Chris.
Okay,
and
I'll
you
do
should
that.
be able to
Yep,
see
I'll do
the
that.
actual-
No,
the
no,
only
so-
one the only one is Stuart, but he's updating it live as he goes anyway. So you should be able to see the actual hit points on that one. And
Yep.
then that it's not a number amount, it's a bar, so you can then estimate how healthy they are.
I'm
And where's-
good.
where's
I'm
your- where's
good,
your dog?
birdie.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to do this check before we leave. Yep, all good. Everyone looks fine apart from one person. So yeah, all good.
I'm good.
Okay, so you carry on and right, just for clarification, this where I'm pinging is about 100 feet away from your location at the moment. That's about the scale.
Okay.
Okay.
That's about 100 feet. That's about how far you've got your spider and visions and stuff in front of you. Right, so you carry on making your way down. A couple of minutes worth of walking.
And what's the like? Are we going down like a hill or up a hill or
You're
like?
you feel like you're fairly level at this point.
Okay.
You feel like there isn't a. You're not always going to be able to tell. The other one was a bit more obvious, but this one you feel you're not feeling a particular gradient at this point. You imagine there must be some type of gradient for water to be flowing in a direction.
Yeah.
Which is flowing back down the way you came.
I'll try and keep an eye out for when it goes a bit hollower. Is that right at one point? At some points in
That's
this?
a very good point. That's exactly why I've just stopped you here. So, because you're actually looking out for it, about now, it seems to stop, and it seems as if you're not. When you're walking, you're making just a slight echo that you can kind of tell sounds like as if it's echoing outside of the pipe itself. When you get to about here, it sounds more muted again. Still kind of slightly clangs with the two at the front walking, but you can tell from about this point is when it's no longer making that kind of slight echo. And
So
it is
more-
about this point when Oscar can see a kind of left-hand, more natural cave disappear off out of the pipe.
I see a cave. I see a cave. Anything in the cave?
Do you continue?
Yeah.
Are you going in?
I mean, if we're still walking,
Okay.
Oscar's gonna go in.
You're going to keep going
Down
until
a
you get
little.
Oscar to the cave. So as you
Make
carry
sure
on
he's
walking up,
stealthy.
Oscar gets to the point of the cave, and these you've seen. This is similar to one or two others you've seen of these sort of ones. So as you get to it, the pipe kind of has like a. It's not like a broken opening. It's like a man-made opening. It's got like a slightly reinforced sides, creating almost like a door type area. And then where the cave kind of goes in, the walls themselves are them kind of more natural walls again. And then there's almost like a little step into the like that comes out that you step out of the pipe essentially, where water is trickling out of into the pipe. It kind of trickles out along this path and falls into the pipe and then disappears off down the pipe. With Oscar's vision, do you know how far his vision is?
30 feet.
30 feet, I thought it was about that. With that, you can kind of see in, but you can't see to the back. You can just see that like this kind of cave that slightly leads off. And with his vision at the moment, you can't see. Is he going to go in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I relay that to the group like while I'm blind, while I'm still walking.
Okay. But which way do you send Oscar? Into the cave?
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar starts going to the cave. As he does, about 5-10 feet in, he starts to see the similar large kind of mechanical construction on the wall with the kind of stones and the large kind of wooden round kind of cog-like things that you've seen elsewhere that were related to the grates that are up above. And as you carry on for about another 10 feet, about 20 feet in, about the extent of his vision, he can see that there is the grates up above him and the large mechanical thing that would potentially open them. This is similar to the one that you've seen in the Ublix area.
I mean, I'm just relaying everything as I see it as I'm walking.
Yeah, and then I'm guessing he's going to come scuttling back out and carry on, or
Yeah. Do you want to
send
investigate that
Send
more?
him up. Yeah, send him up.
Yeah.
up into the grate and up kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
So
Yeah.
he goes up through the top, and it's very reminiscent of the other few of these you've seen. He pops up through the top, and he's in that kind of little T-shaped tunnel that leads off to the well, which he can see the light coming down from up above. And it's just that small T-walled area that goes out to that well.
Okay. Is that just one grate? Is there multiple grates or?
There's two. There's normally two on each of them that create the T section, essentially.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like
Yeah.
a T that goes down, turns, and then there's two grates, and then it goes back to where the well is and goes up. And you
Okay.
can see that there's that large kind of construction on the wall right next to it. And then back out.
I come out of his eyes quickly. Do we want to investigate that in person?
Yeah,
More?
I think so.
Because he's not great at looking.
We can
Let's
have
go
a
and-
proper look at it, can't we?
Let's go and have an investigation then.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you move up, you're here, and you can see that it's about 45 feet worth of small corridor. So the walls of the corridor themselves are very similar to the first kind of cave you're in, and you've seen them up north of this part as well. And the cave walls themselves are fairly natural, or pretty much natural all the way, but at some kind of points throughout, you've seen like where they've either been slightly widened, there's a little bit of man-made to them where potentially bits have been chopped off to create more of a proper fit through sort of tunnel. The other thing that you start to notice more now as you're starting to see more of this kind of rock, you noticed it when you was down in the Ublix area, is that in a lot of places this kind of natural rock has these kind of natural large kind of cavities to them, and sometimes almost what seems like it could be a tunnel or a way off. There's kind of, you kind of presume that if you're going to start looking for all these different bits, it's going to take you absolutely ages because they're kind of everywhere in this natural rock. The thing you start to get a sense of is that the rock is almost like a porousy type set of pockets that almost looks like a sponge. If you looked at it in a blown out kind of way, you start to think that looks almost sponge like. You're starting to get a sense of why-
Honeycomb.
Yeah, kind of that sort of thing, but not quite perfect. Very natural kind of rock shape, but with all these kind of little off bits that kind of jut out. But none of them that large as such. Like none of them are an obvious tunnel. If it's an obvious tunnel, then I'll let you guys know as you're kind of walking along, sort of thing. But
Brad, where we've gone off from this corridor, how is the piping done? Is
What
it
do you
been
mean?
ruined or?
No, this bit's all intact. So the bit where you was fighting Ublix, that bit had kind of rusted more and was kind of more broken and open into that. What was
Right.
that kind of open out, kind of more natural thing? Again, that was similar kind of rock. Even though it was kind of rusted out, the area around it where the Ublix was generally all kind of covered in a lot of water. There was lots of pools of water and the ground was all very wet. So you imagine it could potentially still function, even though it would fill up a room kind of thing. Say like a ton of water come down it, you would imagine it would fill up the Ublix room, but it would go back out the other pipe. So that's kind of what you got from the fact that that pipe was broken. But so far, the rest of all this bit that you've gone through, it's all been intact and fairly good quality. That bit down the bottom, actually, where the Ublix went, was a bit rougher pipe. It got worse the further you kind of went along. And then there was that kind of break where that area was, and then it kind of went back into more slightly kind of wrecked or ruined, worn away pipe. But it did kind of carry on. But all this bit you've been walking down is fairly good, like maintained order sort of thing.
Okay.
It was obviously made well to start with. You kind of get a sense that potentially that bit where the Ublix was broken, and additional acidic substance may have caused it. So what do you want to do here? You've all walked into this kind of small corridor, looking around, seeing all these kind of the way the natural rock looks. The floor underneath is kind of slightly kind of man-made in a sense. Looks like it's kind of like packed earth almost. It's not just the straight stone underneath you. It looks like it's been helped make the kind of shape of it that helps lead the water off of it. So you're in that area now.
Are there any markings like what we saw above ground?
The kind of scratchy type markings, the different ones. I need an investigation check from you.
I'd
Were there
forgotten
any-
about them. Well
any-
done, Candy.
Any grates? Any way of opening up these grates?
Yeah, the big
Right.
construction on the wall. So the big construction on the wall is similar to what you opened, the one that was in the Ooblex area. You looking at that now, you can see that it's basically just a large series of cogs and large stone pieces and timber pieces that effectively pull the two grates out kind of into kind of hidden channels that they kind of slide into. As you're looking at it, you can see it's a fairly old construction, but given that you've seen these kind of rats and stuff, you kind of get the feeling that is more part of this system itself. You think that that's potentially man-made rather than something else. What did you get, Candy?
I'm actually going to help her as well. You can roll again
Okay.
if you want.
On him. Yep. Candy, you can roll again. There's an advantage with.
Oh,
help.
sorry, I muted myself. 14.
14 plus your investigations skill.
That is altogether.
Okay.
That's 7 plus 7.
Yeah, without too much work, it kind of takes you a couple of minutes. Sammy's looking over the thing. Belgarin's kind of looking around. People are doing different things. So you're looking over. It takes you kind of like a minute or two. They're generally not too hard to find now that you know what you're looking for. As you're kind of looking around the rocks, you look and you see the large construction thing, and lead it around to the kind of back wall, the wall you was walking at when you came in, and you kind of look and you can see on some of the like sticky out bits of rocks, you can see some different little scrape marks that seem to be more characteristic of some sort of language character, as it were. You can't understand what they mean. But you definitely find one or two of them kind of up at that end.
How long have you been going for now?
Since the sewer a minute ago.
Since like the start of us going down the tunnels, like the survival check, and
Been about 25 minutes or so. We did survival check, so about 30 minutes.
I'm just wondering if you want to take a short rest while we have like an area where that might be a good place to do it in.
What, Brad? I did ask in chat. Is there a party loot tab?
Yeah, in the journals. So look for journals on top right.
Yeah.
Journal. Click on that, and then you've got player journals and party. Also, just to notice, Chris, I don't always see the chat because I've got it open on different ones at different times. Okay?
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. I'm just going to look for this quickly.
There you go, Chris. I can now. You could, if you right click on any of those icons at the top right, it will pop it out as an extra window.
Short rest would help
I'm
me.
gonna start taking down drawings of these marks that we come across now.
Okay. You would imagine to be able to do it, you're going to have to use something kind of sharp and pointy, and just kind of you're essentially trying to scrape them out. They're kind of like scraped into the rock themselves, almost like they've been.
No, I think she's trying to do like a brass rubbing or something.
Oh, do you
No,
want?
I'm just going to do a hand drawing copy.
I see. You want to copy them? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm going to keep.
I'd say you've probably got like some wax,
Yeah.
like a kind of wax, almost like a crown in that sense, and you can put a piece of parchment over it and do exactly a rubbing of it. So you get that one. Note.
Gurley mentioned a short rest, so I've sit down and got the rest of my biscuits out of my pocket.
Be right back, but yeah, I'm up for a
I think it's just good while we're safe.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Candy, just make a little note of that. I've made an extra note so I know specifically where.
Pardon?
Make a note of it for yourself. I've made an extra note of it so I know specifically where.
Is this a well-walked area, Brad? I'll do a tracking check again.
Yeah, okay. While people are looking around and getting ready for a thing, you can do that.
I'm going to help again.
Another
I'm going to
survival
roll.
check. Go on in, another survival check.
That would be a natural 20 for a total of 19.
Ooh.
Belgarian is just in love with the moss. He's just like,
Yay!
another bit.
I'm rolling well.
Was that a natural 1?
2 natural ones in a row, mate.
And I got a natural 20. It's a
my
total
God.
of
At least you're getting
19
your
there.
ones out of the way, mate.
I know. I prefer to do them on this than I do bloody attacking them, right?
Yeah, no, indeed. There's nothing wrong staring at Ross. You're staring at the moss. You're not going to lose
Yeah.
hit points staring at the moss.
Staring
Hey,
at Ross.
for a short rest, looking at moss, that's fine. I'm gonna do some points then.
Okay, so yeah, Belgarian, you're kind of just lost to it. Eventually, you're just going to go into your short rest. Quinn, as you're kind of looking around, you can see Quandra's kind of taking the rubbing of the writing sort of area. You're looking around, and at first, most things seem quite hard to see. As I said, again, there's that kind of water runoff, that sort of thing. But as you then start to look around, you start to notice very, very small marks that are kind of like on a piece of wall here or quite low down, generally kind of some sort of scrape mark that looks like an actual mark that's scraped along. It doesn't look like it's an intentional like the ones that Aquandra's currently kind of working with. It looks more just like as if something scratched it, claws or anything like that. And you find multiples of them, which you can probably estimate to be some of them very old that have started growing moss out of them, some of them that are kind of more recent. But you're definitely getting the sense that some clawed thing, multiples of, definitely have potentially come this way recently and earlier.
Wow. Look what I found, guys. Look, all the claw marks. Just leave it to a professional like me and
Everyone else
survival.
look, and it is quite tough. You've managed to do really well in how well you've managed to see them. So everyone else does look, and you really have to kind of point and go look and run their finger across it to actually see it.
Are we any closer to finding out what they actually mean?
I think this is a creature mark, this one.
Didn't we start marking these down, sort of like tracing them anyway?
That was upstairs, though,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
was up on. Yeah, that was up on
That
the
was
town area.
upstairs. Yeah, that was on the.
Well,
thingy,
more
like-
so, what you did was you started to find one of them, and then you started to find another one, and then you all kind of split out and just started to find loads of them around the area.
Yeah.
Does that grate opens, Brad? Yeah.
That grate does open. You know from when Sammy kind of tinkering with the big mechanical thing from before that it looks pretty much the same.
And is there a way to climb up?
No, most of the time it looks like the rock itself is jutting out enough that you could potentially climb up the rock to get up. It's not made. There's no kind of natural like path up sort of thing. There's no ladder or anything like that. But it looks like it can be climbed without too much difficulty.
Is the spider there?
He's already done it.
Oscar?
Yeah. Has he already looked out? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's already done it as you was kind of all making your way in.
Okay. So whereabouts does it come out in the town?
He didn't got the well itself.
No,
Right,
I can do
that's
it
what I
now,
meant.
actually.
That's
Now
what we wanted
closer.
to do, though.
I'll pick up his spider and throw him up there.
Excuse me?
Or excuse you.
Um,
So
yeah.
what's happening? Leo's just kind of thrown Oscar up through the grate.
I draw my dagger and then then I send him up.
What? Up where?
Up the where the well will go up, like to see where it will end up.
Okay. So he kind of finds his way around. Takes him quite a bit. He's probably doing this as people are kind of setting up to have that kind of short break. He climbs up, gets to the top. As he gets to the top, he looks out. You kind of don't recognize any of the buildings, but it seems similar to the one where the people went missing in the sense that it's similar kind of style houses. And mostly all you're seeing around you is kind of houses. You can see the outer north kind of wall, probably a couple of hundred or so, a bit more than that feet, kind of north. So you know you're kind of quite north in terms of under the city.
Do I see any people?
You just see a random person every now and again, sort of thing.
Okay.
The longer you sit there, the more you could potentially see. It just seems it's the town in its normal kind of everyday business.
And
It's
that is
definitely
that Oscar going up the well?
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm relaying what he sees as I see it. 'Cause I'm in his eyes, like sitting
You
down.
definitely get the sense that this end where it is, the same as the one you went up before, which is in the Ublix area, comes up near the school and the house. You definitely get the sense that this is more a cheaper side of town where the houses are generally built out of kind of timber and not much stone sort of thing. Generally kind of cheaper houses.
Okay. And I bring him back down because
Okay.
he needs some loving now. Been thrown off a while.
Okay, so then you're all sent down to a short rest?
Yep.
Okay, so you can add on your D&D Beyond character sheet's short rest. At the top of your character sheet, it has short rest.
What do we do with a short rest? Sorry.
So at the top of your character sheet, you'll see there's a little button for short rest. If you click on that,
Yep.
it'll ask you if you want to use hit dice, which allows you to get back hit points. It will tell you how many you've got, which for you at level 3 will be 3 different dice. And you can roll them when you're having a short break, but you don't get them back until the end of the day. And if you use all of them, you only get a certain amount back. So you have to be a little bit sparing with them at times. But that's how you get extra hit points back if you need them through the day.
Right, I'm rolling your
I've,
dice.
I've still got max hit
Okay.
points. I think I'm alright.
And as a wizard, you can use arcane recovery.
You can.
Get a spell
So
slot of a total of 2, so you could get like 2 level 1s or a level 2 spell slot back.
Yeah,
I rolled a 1, Brad.
I've only got one
Okay.
second level.
Manually add it, Chris.
slot.
Yep, done it.
What was that,
So-
Candy? Sorry.
I've only got one second level slot left, so I want to get the other one back. What do I have to do?
So if you go to your features and traits and just mark arcane recovery, it's once per long rest.
Features and traits. Oh, it
So
says
there's a
long
little box.
rest.
Yeah, there's a little box. Click on the box and it'll go red. That means you've used it.
That's when you get it back.
Right,
You get
okay.
it back on a long rest.
And then I just click the button, take short rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll have to mark that spell slot back again.
Yeah. So go in once you've done that, do your short rest, and then go into your spell lists that you've got in your spells, find the slot, and then just click on the little button and it'll take it
Mhm.
away.
And I want to reset maximum health P changes during this rest. I don't want to do the healing with dice, do I?
No,
What
you
was
don't
that?
want to reset max. You want to, if you need healing, use hit dice. Otherwise, untick both of them.
Untick both of them. Right, no, that's fine. I don't need any healing. So, right, I've unticked
I'm
everything.
AFK
I'm
a
just making
sec,
sure
I'll
I'm
be
doing
back
it
then.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure I'm doing everything right. So I've clicked short rest. I've done the arcane healing thing. I've got my a spell slot back. Nothing's ticked on the short rest, so I just take short rest now.
Cool. Yep.
Okay.
And that just helps when you
Uh,
do that, Candy. What that's doing is physically you're pressing that button, and anything that resets on a short
Yep.
rest on your character sheet, that's resetting anything with a short rest essentially.
Right, that's done now.
Especially when you get certain abilities and spells. Some of them you get back on a short rest, some of them you get back on a long rest. So that's what that kind of is
Right.
doing.
Yep.
Okay, so for about an hour, you're essentially all kind of sit down,
If that's the case, Brad,
especially after the fight.
I had 2 key points left. Sorry, I had 2 key points left. Can I give dark vision to Quinn?
How long does it last for you?
8 hours.
It is 8 hours, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just double check it because it's an ability, not the spell.
Yeah.
If it says it as the spell, then yeah, it is 8 hours because I looked at it the other day. Yep, it is. You can see in darkness. It doesn't actually. No, that's racial traits. Yep. Okay, that's telling me as if it's thingy.
Yeah.
You can gain the money. Yeah, so that's 8 hours. So yeah, you can do that.
Cool.
So Quinn, you'll have dark vision for the next 8 hours.
I assume he does it without telling me, and I'm just like, oh, it's so bright.
Yeah, all of a sudden everything that was a bit dimmer goes brighter all of a sudden.
There you go. That should help you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so you've had your short rest. What's the plan now?
I was carrying on going down the pipe.
Yeah, carry on the way you was going.
Right,
Yeah.
Game.
Same
Yeah.
way with like the spider ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
You still need to be thingy though, don't you? Showing out where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll carry on doing it.
would you? Oh yeah. I was just like, huh? He's got that vision. Okay, so moving token back down. Right. Okay. So same way, as you get to about this point, Oscar kind of goes scuttling off, and Fenton's kind of getting ready to he's just waiting for Oscar to kind of disappear off right down the distance at the kind of end of his vision. As Oscar kind of gets down that far, about another 20 feet, kind of as his vision starts to get to that end, about 20 feet, there's another natural cave that breaks off towards the left, and the pipe continues on down.
I'll explore it.
Okay, so this part of the cave, same kind of walls in that kind of natural, kind of very porous type stone surface with all the kind of cavities. But this one kind of seems to jut off at a bit of an angle. Seems less like it was used in the same kind of way. There is still that kind of similar opening, that kind of man-made opening of the pipe itself. If anything, it's a little bit smaller, and there is no water running out of this one into the pipe itself. You can see that the floor of the cave itself, or the cave, the floor is where it would have been like the other one, which was more like a packed kind of shaped floor. This one is more natural, as is the walls, and it kind of just leads off and slightly goes down, as you can see it. So you're going to carry on down that way?
Yeah, I'm gonna continue just to describe everything I see as I'm walking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll just.
Does it look like it's not meant to be there, Brad?
It kind of looks like it's meant to be there in that way, that where there's the opening in the pipe itself. So the pipe has kind of like almost like you see on a boat, where you have the riveted, extra reinforced kind of side to the edges of metal. There is about a 4 foot by 2 foot kind of gap, almost door-esque sort of thing, and that's slightly smaller than the other one where you just was. So that kind of tells you that there is something deliberate about it. But it definitely isn't the same as the ones you've seen where water comes running out of it. This one actually seems to have a gradient downwards from where you are.
Oh, so it's nothing more than unusual than we've seen already, yeah?
It's unusual in the sense that it's a different kind of cave that comes off. Actually, this is similar to the one you see up north in the same kind of way. That's very similar in how it kind of leads off to that kind of stone floor that's not the packed kind of dirt-shaped floor. This is just more like the natural stone floor. So you get up to the party themselves, get up to this area where there is the door kind of shaped hole in the pipe, and Oscar's kind of scuttled off down the front. Fenton, what you notice is that the cave is now starting to get a bit more, it's not shaped in any kind of obvious nice manner where your vision works nice in a straight line. It now is starting to drift kind of in off kind of shapes, like off to a side here or there, or down a little bit, so you're not getting a clear view of your full vision now.
I'm not
Generally, it's
seeing
kind
a
of-
spider now, by the way.
Yeah, generally it's obscured slightly by a corner turn. It doesn't turn much, but enough to kind of obscure your vision at different times, sort of thing. When you get up to here, can I get perception checks for everyone?
Me or the spider?
Let's
I'm
say
through the spider's eye.
Let's say the spider is the spider will pass.
Yay! Roll decent.
20.
Are we all rolling? Sorry, did I
Yeah,
miss something?
Yeah, you might as well roll.
Spider's 10.
I got
Perception.
I'm 17, Brad.
I got 16.
Insane.
That's a 1 there.
For
Hey,
no.
not just me today.
But yeah, no, it gives me 1.
That's 2 rolls of 20 and a 19, I think that was as the very high ones.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you're kind of getting up to this kind of area where you're looking, because Quinn is telling you, as you're kind of walking along, Quinn's kind of being led by Bulgarian, and Quinn is kind of talking about these caves, saying, right, I can see a cave up to the left, it kind of drifts down. She's kind of explaining similar things to you as you're moving. by the time you get to this area where there is this door, you're all kind of looking around with your own eyes because you know that Quinn has mentioned to you that the spider's eyes can only see kind of so far. So you're all looking around. As you get up there, a couple of you notice that these kind of cavities in the wall, there's one of them kind of down low that seems kind of larger, potentially body size to be able to fit in it. Does it pique anyone's interest?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. A larger hole, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we
So
see
as
it
the
being
where
spider
you've
made?
got
through?
the door, where you've got the door that leads out of this pipe, it leads out, and then just kind of down to kind of right hand side, you can see this kind of large cavity that seems big enough for any of you potentially to fit in.
Does it look like it's been scratched out? Dug
No,
out?
it looks natural. It looks natural in that it's just a cavity that kind of disappears down, but it's definitely not. This one you're walking down where Oscar's kind of gone ahead looks almost path-like in as much as I'd say now that you're here, you can see that every now and again there's a potential little bit that's possibly been man adjusted sort of thing, like in terms of height. If there was stalactites and things like that, you
They've
can
been
potentially see
removed.
almost where it's been made that it can be passed down as a
Yeah.
tunnel. But this one down on the side doesn't look like that. It looks like just a cavity that kind of disappears down.
I'll go in if you want.
Well, I can send Saber in. We can send the spider in.
I am deaf and blind, still seeing through my spider.
Yeah.
You can. Are you deaf as well? Yeah, you are.
Deaf and blind.
So you guys need to obviously be aware of that. That if Quinn is deaf and blind like this at this point, unless
tap his
there's a
hand.
reason, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Unless there's a reason,
Oh.
they won't come out of it as such.
Brad, is he watching through the spider's eyes, Brad?
Yeah.
was.
Further down.
Yeah,
further
I'll go and pick up the spider and turn him and face.
Oh.
The spider's
No, he's
100
miles
feet
there.
ahead,
He's
Chris.
down
It's
the
a
Oh,
monster.
okay.
A monster.
He's down the corridor.
Oh, I see.
The spider's
So
100
he's gone
feet ahead.
past that part, yeah?
Yeah, he's gone
Oh,
past.
yeah.
He's down here somewhere. He's sort of like around about here. He is.
So many echoes.
It's
Yeah,
fine,
so-
we're in
Adds
tunnels.
to it. Yeah.
It's
It's the
relevant.
In this
ambience.
case, chivalry can wait. We'll do gentlemen before ladies, I think.
I don't hear no echo.
So who's looking to get down there? Fenton seems fairly eager. You're just going to go, Fenton?
Yeah, I'll go.
I cast guidance on Fenton.
Okay. All right.
I bring,
Immediately.
I bring my spider back and put it on Fenton on
Okay.
his shoulder.
Follow.
So immediately, Fenton, as you're trying to get down into it, you're noticing that this is no kind of help cleared out sort of cave sort of thing. As you get into it, you get to the point where your metal is kind of almost grinding against stones, and you're trying to squeeze through it, and it's getting to the point where you realise that it's going to be a bit of a squeeze and a bit of an ordeal to potentially get through. Do you want to
You
kind
want
of
me to
continue
go down
through?
there?
It? What's that?
Let's go down there. Benton?
It's a bit of a squeeze for me, and it will definitely be a squeeze for Sammy. Maybe
You
one
You
of
think
them.
you can do it size-wise? You do think you can do it, but it's going to be a bit of work to get down there.
Do you
Well,
want me to go?
Let me send Oscar first, just to see.
Okay.
Right, I'd
What's
take the
going on?
spider off my shoulder and put it on the floor in
Yeah.
front of me.
Keep your hand on my shoulder though.
Yep.
Sammy helps you kind of get back out, Fenton, as you realise it definitely was a bit more complicated going in it. Okay, so Oscar kind of goes in. As he goes in, you can kind of tell immediately that what Fenton was talking about is kind of like jutting out rocks here. It's definitely not like a path to traverse, as it were, but there is a definite way that it kind of goes down. You imagine there must be kind of other things. This is like what the ones I was saying where you've got other porous kind of areas, but this one definitely seemed a bit more that you could kind of get into it, and kind of that's the first one that's taken your notice from being that size. Oscar's going down and he's kind of crawling over. Obviously, no problem for him. It kind of goes down and down. You don't know kind of the distance, but it doesn't take very long. You start hearing the noise, kind of a very obvious noise through the spider of the kind of hisses and screeches and kind of different noises that you've heard the rats make when you've kind of encountered them. You can definitely hear that off in the distance down this way you're going. But as you kind of start to go, at first it almost sounds like it's echoing, and then you start to realize, no, that's lots and different instances of it. You can hear lots of different instances of lots of different rats making those kind of noises. You're going to continue?
Yeah, I'm relaying this as I hear it, obviously, and I'm just gonna keep going. Oscar.
Right. He carries on kind of down, and it almost kind of levels out. You don't feel like you're far. As a rough guide, you're like 15 foot down, something like that, from about the pipe as a rough guide. So kind of going over these different rocks. Again, you looking as you've looked through the eyes, you believe that someone of medium size could get down here with a squeeze kind of thing. You kind of carry on through the rocks, and you get to a point where it kind of there's almost like a bit bigger than about torso size. You would imagine it'd be quite hard to squeeze through for normal sized people, medium size. You get to what is kind of almost like an opening, and as you get quite close to it, now you're hearing the noise of lots of different rats, and you can, then, as you kind of get over a rock, you can see through it what looks like in the far distance. You can see little torches at a very far distance away, and the hint of some sort of building-esque type thing that's not the natural rock at a far distance from where you are. And
Are
you
you
can hear the
describing
noise.
it as like he's seen it through like a window rather than a?
Yeah, the cave has kind of ended like because it's only a small crawlway sort of thing. You've kind of come to a point where it slightly tapers in a little bit, almost like a window, and you're kind of Oscar's come up to it, and you're looking from there. The question is, do you want to now move right to the edge? You can see the lights further down. You can see
How many feet has this been so far? Like away from me? How
not
much
that
so-
far. This is probably only about 20 feet or so. It's only gone about 15
Right.
feet down, so it's not gone very far as such. But what you're now looking into is what looks like a very vast cavern, whereby the only way you can see into it is because you're seeing lots of little torchlights dotted around all over the place through the amount you can see.
Yeah, I mean, can I try and traverse the walls to get further in?
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of crawl up onto the actual kind of little opening itself.
Yeah.
As you do, you look out, and immediately the thing that strikes you is there's torches all over the place, and this cavern is absolutely huge. The other thing you start to very quickly pick out is these small, almost ramshackle type of slum-like buildings that are every now and again a random bit of iron, a bit of wood and stuff, and it's making all these kind of random little propped up sort of little room-like buildings all over the place. And as you look, there are just almost like hundreds of them as far as you can see.
But like no movement of any creatures.
Yeah, as you look around, you're seeing every now and again rats in different areas.
Yeah, ratsy.
You're not sure how many, but you can hear many.
Wow.
Many.
So we've got to try and find where the main entrance is to this place.
Just carry on down the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carry on. Yeah, we carry on down this way, but we don't go down that tunnel. That's a death
definitely
trap. That
not.
is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Oscar back at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tap you.
Do you wait there for any amount of time, or are you just waiting to see it and then kind of go?
Yeah, probably just go. I don't want my little boy to die.
Okay, so he's kind of sitting there looking at all this different thing. It kind of goes left, right, and just out ahead of you, kind of thing. Actually, another thing you do notice for Oscar's eyes is the light. You would at the kind of far end, you would say that the lights can probably give just enough light that you can see the pipework that you've been walking through up ahead, and it is suspended, and it goes kind of through this massive open chasm, and it goes through, and it looks like it's kind of connected to the ceiling or something like that. That's the other thing you kind of notice.
Right.
So Oscar comes back up, and he's back up with you now.
Right, who's got all the loot? Is someone holding the loot?
I don't know.
Sammy, I think.
Yeah, I think Sammy.
Yeah, I think he's got it in his
One of
bag.
Sammy's gooey bags.
Yeah.
Can I go to one of Sammy's bags, point at it, like I want to go into it,
Yes.
and pull out the coin of delivering? Delving, sorry. Yeah. And I'll show it to him.
Coin of delivering.
Coin of Uber.
Yeah, brings me a fucking wimpy milkshake.
They were lovely, the wimpy milkshakes. Best.
What does it do? This coin of delving.
It helps you spelunk.
The first thing the first thing you notice from it is that it's given off a very faint bit of light. That's the first obvious thing that kind of attracted you, that coin was different in some way. The coin itself, you can drop it a distance of greater than 5 feet, and the coin will make a melodious ringing sound when it hits the surface.
Okay.
And any creature can hear the chime. Any creature that can hear the chime can determine the distance the coin has been dropped based on the tone. So what it is just a coin that you're going to drop, and as it's going to go down, it's going to like ping ping. But the coin
Like a
itself is magical.
submarine ping.
Yeah, but the coin itself is going to make a ping noise that you're going to be able to determine the exact
As
distance.
2,500 feet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you can hear it, if it goes out of your hearing range, then no.
That would have been useful
And
earlier.
how wide is this tunnel?
This tunnel, the little one that they just went in,
No, this tunnel we're in.
the one you're in is about 10
Yeah.
feet diameter.
Okay.
So it's like 10 feet across from side to side, but it's circular.
So I guess we can start going down this tunnel that we're at then, or carry on going down the main tunnel we've been walking down.
Yeah, carry on, because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Just had a rest.
I'll put the coin in my pocket, mate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Fine. Let's carry on then.
Okay, so same again with the same walking pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all make your way into the cave.
When I meant hungry, I meant
Yeah.
thirsty, Belgarian.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just normal for you.
I was trying to be polite.
So it is taking you quite a while. So as you're going through this bit, you're noticing that you're having to step over large kind of rocks. There's almost an amount of climbing involved in it. You would imagine this isn't a pathway that you could run through very easily. Every now and again, you're putting your foot down and it sloshes into like a large pool of water. It's almost like when you're going rocking over the beach and you've got little rock pools and stuff. And the actual kind of direction, it kind of
Oh.
dips down sometimes, turns, and it's kind of like
So it's all over the place.
yeah, like a very kind of natural type cave. Again, does seem to have some signs of some bits knocked away as if to make it so it is traversable, but it's obviously not an easy traverse.
Is there any claw marks along the walls and stuff?
You can make another survival check to see if you can find it.
Yeah.
Brad,
Oh, I'll
sorry,
help. I can't help. I'm blind.
Brad, sorry, mate. Because I was all tabbed out. The app
Mm.
doesn't
Yeah.
do it.
So
Do
I'll
it.
go back.
Thank you.
What role is it that you need to make? Perception or investigation?
Survival.
Survival.
Yeah, tracking.
As you explain what you're looking, mate, I'll help. I'll have a look. I'm not very good, but I might spot
Thank you.
something. You never
One
know.
of the things you quickly notice, probably you, Quandra, is that Belgarian's just walked off and left Quinn kind of walking.
No, I was doing it as I was walking. I've like just keeping an eye out on the walls and stuff.
Okay, you probably have to put a bit more effort in
Oh, will I?
to really kind of search, especially with what Quinn showed you earlier. You feel like
Right,
it's probably going to be a
is
proper stop and look over.
17. 17.
I wouldn't leave Quinn.
So
Okay,
16 in
That's right,
total
so I
for
don't
you
do that.
start kind of looking, Belgarian.
Well, I
and
can
Brad.
look at
Yeah,
the
That
walls
was
and see if there's any
16
marks.
in total.
Yeah, I'll give them the idea to do it then.
Okay, yeah, Belgarian, you start to kind of look, and then Sammy sees what you're doing and starts to assist, and then you immediately realise that you've just let go
Yeah.
Quinn and go back to kind of guiding Quinn. I'd say it's very kind of tough to look at through what is mostly just all these kind of bits of stone and water. It's very difficult to be able to look through. I'd say you potentially think you come across some potential scratches that could be similar to the ones you've seen. You're unsure though.
Okay.
But
That's
it's
cool.
definitely a very difficult terrain
Like,
to
So
detect if
it
you
could
move
either
from.
be just normal animal scratchings, or it can be a part of what we think is there.
Well, the scratches themselves, you're not even definitely sure if it is a scratch from like a clawed
Yeah.
creature. It could be, but it is potential that it could be that sort of thing. Okay, so as you start to carry on, you kind of get. It's been kind of mostly going down, largely in as you've been going down, you've been feeling yourself kind of stepping down more often. Now you're getting to the kind of point where you're kind of almost stepping back up again. You're having to put a bit more effort in to get over rocks, kind of going upwards. You kind of feel you're now going up the incline. And as you can probably imagine, meet up with the area looking
It's
before.
like we've been here before.
Cool.
I think we just carry on going the way we're going then, Brad.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
go forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you start to make your way through these caves, you get to
Sorry.
about here when Quinn, through Oscar, you can see that you've entered an area that has branching off kind of ways. You've got a left and a right to go. Are you sending the spider first? Do you want you to catch up? What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna let him wait there, and then if no one taps me or anything as I'm talking, we just catch up.
And let the party catch up. Okay. All right. So you notice that you've all kind of come up to what is like a split off in two different directions, and Oscar's just waiting on the floor.
I pick him up.
So you've got one that kind of travels slightly north and the slightly south.
I go up to like the Y junction and have a look both ways just to see if there's anything that's on the edge of my vision.
In both directions, it pretty quickly cuts off your vision to be able to see down it. You're gonna have to travel at least a bit down it to get down it.
I send Oscar down the left one, just
Yeah, because that should be the
The
quickest
left one
the bottom one.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar gets down about 100 feet to the extent of the vision, and it kind of carries on. It's kind of going southerly sort of way. It is also, you can notice it's more of a gradual down again sort of path.
I'll bring him back and then go the other way.
Okay, so as you kind of go up, it kind of goes north a little bit, but then very much goes to kind of westerly to the left sort of direction. Carries on again another 100 feet, but again just carries on in the distance.
I think we should just go left and
No clues.
explore it out a bit.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
They're technically both going left. Which one?
Down
Up or
left.
down?
One going south.
Southwest.
One going south.
Yeah, Brad, I'm always keeping an eye on the back of us, yeah? Just as we go past.
Okay.
And more so listening more than seeing, mate.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
7
You're at the back,
o'clock.
okay, listening.
Yeah, listening.
Okay. All right. So you're heading off in this kind of direction.
Yep.
All right. So you're making your way through the caves. Again, all of you start to notice, similar to that where you just was, you're making your way across these large, kind of more boulderous bits. There's a step down every now and again where it's like 4 feet worth of kind of drop where you kind of got to almost kind of climb. It's not a full climb, that sort of thing, but definitely precarious if you want to run across it, sort of thing. Definitely something you're noticing. Again, this more kind of downwards gradient. So you technically get to here, which obviously you can see the map above. So I'm just going to go whoop. It doesn't link. You don't see that pipe in this cave you're in. This cave is definitely under where that pipe obviously went. Obviously, you guys know. You don't technically now know that it's above you, but as players, you know that that is technically above it. But you definitely see no signs of it. So as you carry on down this way, you get to about here when Oscar make a perception check.
Oh. By the senses. 8.
8.
Yep. He does have passive perception of 10.
And when we stop, I'm really listening, Brad.
You are 100 foot away from where the spider is.
Yeah, okay. But we did stop as a party, did we? Or
No, Oscar's still in front. This is me asking for a check with Oscar. 100
Okay,
feet
sure,
in front.
sure. As we're moving, fine, no worries.
Fenton can roughly see Oscar every now and again, kind of thing. Like you're going through this, it's very up and down and twisty. Every
He's
now
a
and again,
small
Oscar
spider
kind
as
of-
well. Like,
Huh?
he's a small spider.
Yeah, but Fenton knows what he's roughly looking for, and every now and again, just
Yeah.
sees this like over the top of a rock, a little scuttle of a little spider. Every now and again, you do kind of see it.
In my special
Um,
witchy vision. I put one of them leads, one of them collars on him, so I don't lose him in the dark. Still, I've got an LED collar.
Oh,
He's
dear.
Can everyone stay away from my spider, please? Yeah.
It's our spider now.
It's like rainbow. colours
Yeah,
around
I
him.
rolled 8, but his passive is 10.
He's been stepped on.
Yeah, so no bonus.
The spider doesn't see the giant dragon.
I hope so.
Chris, can you make a
Your spider was bitten by a blind man.
perception check for your listening?
Go on,
I
Chris.
can't have guidance for this, can I, bro?
Mm-mm.
Yep, full safe.
This is
Why
not
I
very
asked. Perception, yeah.
You wouldn't know which point to do this along the route, as it were.
Oh, nice roll. 21, sir. That's with 18.
18.
21.
Yeah, so 21
21.
altogether.
21 total. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you meant 18 was thingy.
No, I rolled natural 18 on there.
Oh, okay, cool. 21.
21 seconds to go.
Still blurry, blow.
All right. As you're kind of walking along, everyone else is walking along. Everyone's trying to be careful and everything, but you're specifically very carefully kind of listening as you're kind of going at the back. Everyone else is kind of following the person in front and trying to make sure they're getting over the rocks. You're putting a particular effort into listening, like you said. There's just this sudden, from down the way you're going towards, there's this sudden, you just kind of hear what potentially could be the noise of a rat. You're not quite sure. Just kind of twigs in your hearing, and you're like, is that? And you listen again. About 30 seconds later, another small, subtle noise you can hear somewhere up ahead.
Go straight into the mind of Quinn and say stop.
Can you do that while she's doing
You
what
can.
she's
You
doing?
can.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
You can. So as you're looking through the spider and you're hearing through the spider as Oscar, at this point you don't know anything's different. The spider's still just Oscar's just kind of crumbling over, kind of looking out and everything, kind of going along. And then all of a sudden, you're essentially in the mind of Oscar, and you can hear Leo saying to you, "Stop."
Yeah, well, I stopped like in putting my like walking.
Yeah. So Quinn stops.
Yeah, Quinn stops.
And Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar stops as well.
I imagine
so-
he does. He's at the
yeah,
extent
'cause
he can
I think it's the
control them.
same. Yeah, exactly.
Does everyone else you see him stop? Do you all stop as well?
Well, I'll
Yep.
I'll
I'm
lose.
stopped.
I'll lose him. So yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah, you kind
I'll
of
sort of like lean him back. Come back.
Okay,
then-
so you all kind of stop and you're just listening. How long do you wait?
I can hear rats, Quinn, just in front of us. Is it just in front of us, Brad? Or
No, you think
how
it's
far,
much,
do you reckon?
you assume it's much further down. You're barely hearing it, but you are just hearing something. It's almost like that thing where you're like, "Wait, was that in my head?" kind of thing.
Yeah. Further down, I can hear it. I can just barely hear rats.
You rolled
Ah.
well, so
I come out of Oscar's eyes. I can see again. I go, Leo can hear rats.
At which point I stop moving forward. Then what? We're
Yeah, I
scared
said
of rats.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
'Cause
have
we-
known any different either because I was in front of Adam and
Yeah.
you two are in front by a little. You two
So
are in
I-
front by 15, 20 feet.
Oh,
So
I'd have said,
we would've-
Yeah, I would have said stop.
Oh, like wait.
But he
Yeah.
said Leo said stop, didn't he?
No,
Yeah,
you were talking in his mind.
No,
Yeah,
Quinn
no,
said Leo
Quinn
said
said
stop.
Leo said stop.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
he's
don't know
just
if
said
you
it.
knew.
He's just said it, Chris, and then
Okay.
they've just said,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah, yeah. Regardless, obviously, me and Sammy were in front, and so we don't know. Obviously, the metagame
Yeah,
is
so
kind of
Brad,
swinging.
so
But
as soon
at
as
what
I
point
obviously,
we can stop, we will stop.
yeah, so basically on the second rat I hear, so the first one I'm not too sure, and
Yeah.
then on the second one, that's when I say, just after that, I say stop. So if that affects it in any way, that's great.
Leo says stop as well, or you're saying it in.
No. I say in Quinn's mind because I know she's in ahead of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I say stop. Like, are they
And then
close enough?
all the rest of you kind of then stop after Quinn has essentially said stop. You kind of husher it forwards to the two who are in front, and they kind of stop and look back. Just say what?
Yeah. Oh,
How long
Okay.
are you waiting, Chris? They've kind of stopped for you.
Sammy's
We
still
look-
got his
I look
light
back.
on.
Yeah.
He's-
No one gave me dark vision.
I start drawing my weapons, mate.
Right, you want dark vision? Give it to you.
Yeah, Leo starts drawing his weapons
Okay.
Leo hears rats.
and starts getting hungered down and start moving forward a little bit.
You can see, obviously, you guys who are next to Leo can see Leo starting to take out his weapons, starting to kind of hunker down, looking a bit nervous. You two at the front, you haven't been told anything yet. You've just stopped. You can't see what's going on yet.
I'm still just looking forward.
I go towards Fenton because I know he's ahead of us.
Okay, I'd say yeah, you can shuffle through. It isn't easy to kind of shuffle through. This path itself is an average of about 4 feet across.
Yeah, this is not a time to. Is it worthwhile moving forward to get to a better place to fight? Fighting in this 5-foot corridor ain't going to help anyone.
No.
I mean, so. What could Oscar see where we were going?
What could
It's
he
like-
see?
Yeah, was there any widening? I'm asking.
No. Where Oscar was very similar to what you're doing. Again, you're still kind of traveling slightly downwards. Similar kind of thing. It kind of juts slightly out just every now and again, but even when it does, it's only like 6 kind of feet, that kind of thing across. You could fit 2 of you walking down, like you could squeeze past each other sort of thing without too much difficulty. Obviously, you've got to kind of go over the terrain itself. I'm not going to say this is difficult terrain, but definitely if you start running for it, it's going to be difficult. So
I think we
your
still
kind of
carry on
current
moving
movement-
forward till we see something.
Yeah, your current movement, it's not as difficult because you're kind of going carefully.
Otherwise, they're going to start shooting at us because of the light.
You are very aware that the light source is there, yes.
I move forward so that I'm.
Yeah.
Can I move 15 foot forward or whatever? Does that take me out
Yeah.
of?
Yeah, it does. You'll be in dim light.
No,
You've got
I was
full
gonna
way
That's
say.
yet.
fine.
20,
That's
I
still
think.
that's still okay. 20 foot then. If
Yeah,
20
20 foot takes you out the bright light.
Good. All right, that'll do.
I-
What can I see anything now that I'm 20 foot in front of other people?
No, just do the same thing. Oscar was essentially 80 foot on from that. So.
Oh. Yeah, but right. So I can see 120
Oh no,
foot.
technically, Oscar
Yeah.
was 60 foot on from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could see further than Oscar could.
You
Brad,
can probably see just a little bit further.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Before Fenton leaves me, because I'm
Yeah.
still with him, I'm gonna cast guidance on him again.
Okay, as you're making your way down to kind of get towards Fenton so you can actually see him, because right now everyone else is slightly in your way, so you kind of push past people to get further forwards. Can I get a perception check from everyone? Is Oscar still the 80 feet in front, Ad?
Yeah, but I'm not for his eyes at the moment.
Okay.
Boyakasha.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Keith's gone back to pretend dice after his
14.
shocking real dive.
Should I roll
Three.
Oscar as well?
He's been using the thingy dice. Yeah, roll for Oscar as well.
David, did you say 3?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Saber got 6.
Saber's got sent, hasn't he?
Eh?
Saber got sent. I can't remember. Is that ultimately
no.
the difference with perception and type stuff?
I
Have
got
a
8.
check while we're looking.
I got 18.
He
Brad.
can't be
11.
surprised.
Yeah,
He's got vigilant. He can't be surprised. He'll growl and warn me.
yeah, but not sent.
He's
I
got
got 15,
vigilance,
mate.
so he doesn't tap when he attacks.
I got 15.
dickhead.
Oh yeah, I forgot you play
Takes,
Hearthstone. You
it
don't
takes
know
more,
magic.
takes them off
Right,
his
give me
feet
the
and
numbers
taps
again.
him.
So I'll get all the numbers. Give me the numbers.
11.
15 from Leo.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Don't worry about mine.
Just put a line there then. Quinn and
I got
Oscar
I got 14. Oscar got 18.
and Saber.
Yeah, again, he got 6.
Another line there then. um, right, Bulgarian. As this has kind of happened, and you now see kind of Leo kind of making his way up the side of the group, as it were. You're now kind of listening out, thinking, "What are you hearing? What are you hearing?" And you definitely hear from the distance, a fair distance down. You can definitely hear the noise of that kind of almost screechy-esque type sort of noise you hear from them, which you assume is kind of like a communication from their part, because you've seen it in battle, sort of thing.
Okay.
At that point, Oscar missed it the first time. As he's sitting there, he starts to see the glow of what looks like light coming probably about 20 foot away from him.
I was gonna say, can I, because I've rolled so high, can I determine if they're coming towards us?
Yes, you can. Yeah,
Right.
I'd say you hear at least twice, and you can determine not fast. They're not kind of charging at you. It's probably similar to be to you guys, but
Right.
something's definitely coming towards you.
We've got incoming, guys.
Good.
Okay. Pull my shield out and activate my mace.
Yeah, you've definitely got a bit of time at the moment.
I'm waiting
What is
till
Oscar doing? Because he's 20 foot within a potential light source.
How tall is the roof of this hill?
It
Should we start dropping back
changes
a bit?
quite rapidly, but anywhere from 4 to 7 foot.
He's just gonna like crawl along the ceiling, try and get as close as he
Crawl
can.
up onto the ceiling.
See if he can see numbers. How many?
Okay.
You tell us what you saw, yeah, Ad?
Yeah.
You can't see
well,
anything.
I'm not seeing through him, but he's like telepathically. I assume he talked to me like I am Groot. You know, it's just like.
Can he talk telepathically to you?
Well, he can
Yeah.
communicate telepathically.
Yeah, if he's a familiar, is he familiar? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then he can telepathically communicate with you.
That's the 100 foot, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
100 foot of you communicating. Okay. Yeah. So the Oscar's essentially saying to you, light. So he's crawled up onto the ceiling.
Yep.
And now
Can
you
he-
guys are all.
Can you
Go
see
on.
how many there are?
Not yet. I mean, so
Okay.
like it's still the kind of vision blocking sort of up and down, that sort of thing. Haven't quite seen him
Sure.
yet. You assume he's seeing about 20 foot. He's probably seeing the extent of the light source coming towards him, so it's probably round some sort of corner.
Oh,
Okay.
So you're now all hunkered down. Everyone's kind of getting ready. I've heard a few people readying shields and stuff. Anyone else with anything?
Are we going to head back a bit? Because we're fighting solo at the moment, whereas they might fight together.
I think we can fight
Is
to
my
abreast,
mage
can't we?
armor still active?
What was that?
Brad,
Did
I
Brad,
was
did you say
asking if my mage armor was still active.
Your
Yeah,
mage
should-
armor still be
should
up,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mine too. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking know. Here we go.
And what did you say, Stuart? Yeah, yours as well, Ed. What did you say,
to
Stuart?
abreast in this tunnel?
Unlikely. It's going to be a squeeze type scenario with one at disadvantage.
It'd be a single.
How far do we
Whereas
have to
they-
retreat back to all the way back to the Y junction?
Yeah.
Come on then, let's go.
Okay, and an Oscar.
So he's gonna like stay at the 100 feet, but move as we do.
Move as you do, but stay at 100 feet.
Yeah.
And you're all going to essentially travel back opposite, kind of all turn around and go back the same way to the Y.
Yeah.
Okay, as you start making your kind of way back.
Whereabouts are we going to, guys? Sorry, about here. Let me ping it. Can I ping?
Yeah, you're going ping.
Nah, the white up top.
Yeah.
No. Really?
Well, that's still part of the tunnel. That's
This bit you're looking at here, Chris.
tunnel.
Oh, that's the wrong bit.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tunnel. This is above it,
Oh,
effectively.
now click. Okay, cool. So that's the Y junction there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Right, so as you turn around, do you all kind of start making your way back up in the same way you were making down? Do you go back more hastily than when you came, or about a similar speed?
Well, how quickly were they coming towards us?
You're assuming somewhat about a similar pace as what you guys were taking on the way here.
I'll just tell them to like just take a normal pace back.
Okay.
Should be okay.
As you take a normal pace back, they are literally traveling about the same pace as you guys. They still continue. The light source kind of
That's
come
good.
round.
That's fine.
As Oscar is kind of backing up, kind of walking backwards, sort of thing. Every now and again, the cave just slightly straightens out enough. You can definitely see armored rats. Every now and again, you get to catch one or two at the front walking towards Oscar, sort of thing. But obviously, he's still backing up. So you're now, most of you are now up back into this Y section.
And did they have a light?
They do
Yeah.
have a light.
Torches.
In which case, I'm gonna take my hat off and put it in the bag, so there's no light.
As opposed to just stop the spell.
Not my spell to stop,
It's Adam's spell.
It's not mine.
and I don't want the spell to stop anyway.
I think it is yours because I don't think Adam has it. If I'm right. in
Is it
thinking.
my spell?
No,
think
I
it's
think
that-
it's
it's Chris's.
the birdies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll switch it
Yeah.
off.
No, I don't want it switched off because I may
okay.
want to put it. I may want to get it back out again.
Okay, mate, no worries.
I just
Okay,
put it away in the bag.
You just hat,
Yeah.
and then it all goes dark where you are.
Yes. And
You
then
can't see anything, but you can obviously hear.
I'll guide him.
Yeah, and Quinn, it's obviously quite odd for you because now all of a sudden you're seeing in the dark, and you can see Sammy's now just kind of almost stopped in darkness, and you're like, oh, you can still see.
I can't see color. Where's the color gone?
Does it look like they're moving faster than us?
No, they was moving about the same speed. So as Oscar was kind of backing up, Quinn's telling you they're moving about the same speed as you are.
Do we think we're going to get to the point before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll definitely get back there in time. Yeah.
Right, as you're kind of making your way, you're kind of the back end of you can kind of see that thing. You're kind of putting your hat in your bag. At which point, you're looking through Oscar still, aren't you, Quinn?
Yeah.
As you kind of retreat, sort of thing. As you're looking, and it's kind of twisting, and you've been continuing looking. Every now and again, you're seeing that one or two armored rat. All of a sudden, there's a point when, just as it's slightly wider or whatnot, or you're just slightly at an elevated position, as you're looking through, you can see there is a fair few of them, but about 4 from the front, you see one of them that has a large kind of cane, has a lot of kind of tribal bone kind of work of all these kind of things that are hanging off its face. It's wearing like a big cloak. It's got lots of things hanging around its neck, lots of bones, kind of lots of kind of things strung together, kind of hanging around its neck. It definitely looks like something you haven't seen before.
Brad, can we set up a surprise here if we can? If we've got time.
Right, hold on. Do we want to go to this bit or do we want to go over here?
I was thinking the next bit, guys.
Yeah, but it might go past us and go up here then.
You see this
How
bit?
wide? How wide is that bit?
The bit
here.
for me, sure.
That
bit.
Yeah.
That's not wide
Oh,
at all. That's the same thing, and the other one that kind of goes off of it. Kind of, they essentially get to a point where they both go off together, so it doesn't widen out at all.
We can sit like here and then here and like pincer them. Like we sit here and then sit here.
Yeah.
This bit here doesn't widen at all, but this bit does. So this bit is wider.
Why not? Well, let's go back to the wide bit then,
But
and
this
we can
bit
always
here-
just bait them.
This bit here is essentially just natural, where 2 bits kind of separate off, sort of thing. Same kind of similar size. It doesn't actually widen. This bit doesn't widen an awful lot.
I show the party the coin again.
Yeah, they look at you.
Yeah. And then I stand in one of the positions, and then I sort of like pretend I'm throwing it down the other side.
Okay. You guys see him? He's essentially standing there, kind of like this sort of thing.
Standing where?
In where the crossroads is, where you currently are,
Yeah.
in the wide junction. He's essentially holding the coin in his hand, which is slightly glowing, so even you can see it, Sammy. And he's kind of pretending to kind of throw it like this.
No, I point back down this way.
Yeah, I think what Leo's trying to say is if he throws the coin down here, for instance, it will make the noise and attract them, hopefully, to come and investigate. And then if we're set up around here, these 3 points, we get the ambush, don't we? Possibly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the coin work if you throw it, if it drops, not if you throw it?
Yeah. So if you throw it high and it drops more than 5 feet,
Yeah.
I'm sure if you throw it up to the ceiling, that's higher than 5 feet. It's got to be, because otherwise we're all
How does it
ducking down.
work? Is it just the person that throws the coin hears it?
No,
No,
everyone
anyone can
hears
hear.
it. Anyone who
Anyone
can
can
hear it can
So
hear
that's
it.
if he can throw it 5 feet down, sort of thing.
Yeah, he
Well,
can do.
let
That's what
me
I'm
check
saying.
the
If he
wording.
throws it up
I
to the
think we just-
ceiling,
Let me check the wording.
I think we should just go to the big crossroads where it widens out, and then we've got plenty of
drop.
avenues to back off. We could go up the grate if anything goes wrong, and we form a fighting rear guard to get out that way up through the grate, or we just retreat back the way we
Yeah,
come down this
yeah,
way.
yeah. Fenton. The only problem is if they go up there.
And what? We just make enough for turn on your big old boots and my boots, and they'll come investigating themselves.
All right. Okay.
Otherwise, we just chase after them and attack them from behind, and then we got a better chance of hitting the big fucker with a stick.
He's in the lead, isn't he? The big fucker with the
No,
stick.
he's 4 or
No,
5
No,
rows
he's
back.
4 rats behind.
Right. Okay.
4 rats
Okay.
behind.
Go back, but you don't know how far they go back.
No.
Yeah.
So I'm
Alright.
thinking maybe the big guy, like maybe he's a spellcaster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well-
maybe I should try. I can try and put him to sleep, and then we can deal with the others.
Can you put just him to sleep?
Well, it's everyone in an area, isn't it?
Yes, everyone.
Oh, I
there.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's whoever's on the lowest hit point.
Fenton doesn't know that.
First.
If you can, I mean that works
Them
if you can
missile
if you
things that
can
come out
your
target him
fingers.
specifically.
Quinn, if we
Yeah.
get them to go a different direction, we could potentially take out the caster first by getting them from behind.
Only if there isn't more behind.
Yeah, if he's in the middle of 4 him
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
another 4 behind him, which makes sense because that's what we do. It's a,
The
he's
Stuart
gonna
maneuver.
yeah. Let's just try and get him to come this way.
Yeah, let's just set up.
Let's assume they're gonna come this. Was there any other way back the way we came? The only other way would be. Was there any other exits out of this tunnel that we've come?
Not that we know of. I don't-
Only really back into the city, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back into those, and then obviously I think they're going to carry on up that way unless we pull some sort of distraction to get them to come down this way. I think they're going up there. So
Well,
do
let's
we
make
want
some
them
noise
to go
then.
up there, or do we want them to come here? And if we want them to come here, then I think
They might
You're-
they might send a few boys to investigate the noise, and we mop them up, and then we go after the other lot.
yeah. Let's do that.
Start making noise now, then.
How are we setting up?
Get in position. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
go. We're gonna go here.
We have a map.
So
right.
just to give you an idea, remember what I said with this map that we were on.
Yeah.
This map is rough. It's not to scale.
Yeah.
So even though you're looking at this thinking that from here to here is technically 100 foot across, this is not a massive gap. So this bit, what you're essentially in here, you've got the 4 paths, and each of the paths that go left and right are about a 5-ish, 4-ish foot sort of path, both sides. The path that comes from the kind of grated well area to your north kind of comes down, and that's a clear, definite, easily 5 foot kind of hard kind of ground. And there's like it's almost kind of the 2 side bits are
Yeah,
the
but
floor is kind of uneven as such. But there isn't necessarily a lot of room here. It's not like it opens out into a room-like type of thing.
That's fine.
no,
We
but
just
it
move
would
them
be
off.
enough. It'd be enough to get each one of our fighters in position here, and then we can have the spellcasters behind.
Yeah, essentially. In different areas.
Yeah.
Kettle them. Yeah, the soldiers do this. Kettling is called.
Effectively, I mean, I could come to this this one here and put my hat back on. Let's make some noise and get them coming towards me. And then
Yeah.
hopefully they'll bypass you guys if you're sort of hiding stealthy enough. And then you'll get a bit more of advantage on them.
I'll go at the top bit here because this looks more like a death trap.
There's
no escape.
I'm gonna be the one with the noise job, so I'll go
Right.
with
You come here then with me, yeah?
David.
I'll go to the south one.
I'll go up north as well as Stu.
All right, so Candy, you're with Keith then, yeah? You'll be down
Yep.
here.
Yep, that's
All
fine.
right. Okay. Do we know where these people are now? Have we still got Oscar's eyes on them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they're kind of-
yeah.
Following back with you, sort of thing.
Okay. So if they're coming this way, we don't do anything. We just literally ambush them. If they're going up the other way, Leo's gonna throw the coin and I'll pull my hat out, and hopefully
Yeah.
they'll come this way. Yeah.
The distance between here and here
Yeah.
is over 200 feet.
Oh.
We must echo, don't I?
The coin,
Yeah.
you won't see the light source. If they pass by, you wouldn't even know it had gone.
Okay,
Keep Oscar keeping an eye out then.
Okay.
Just
Me,
we'll just get
we'll
down
go
here
here
then.
then.
We just
Yeah,
go
me.
here.
Well, let me and Chris do it. We'll go here. I'll put me hat on, and then we'll start running back this way. Yeah.
Going down this way, yeah.
We'll run back this way, and then as we get, you hopefully you'll see us, or we're dead. We'll run back this way, and they'll chase us, and then you guys throw everything you can at them, and then we'll turn around and hit them in the front as well. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it then. Bring Saber with us as well. Bit of extra defense. Let's do that.
Okay.
Cool.
It's at this point when I say I'm slightly unprepared and I don't have a crossroads.
I knew you were
That's fine. As long as we can imagine
Fear of
it.
the mind, mate. Fear of
From,
the
yeah.
mind.
Let me see what I can do with what I've got.
We've got pencils. We can draw on the maps.
Just draw on a white piece of paper.
I'm going to try and use the map I did have, and I'm going to try and do that. Give me a sec. Let's see. This will be useful to see if I can
No
add
worries.
two things at the moment.
We're not expecting you to have everything pressed.
There's a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can make this work. So, bear with me just a second.
Oh, we got a couple of minutes, so I can just go and get a drink and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I would also like to make a suggestion. Are we going to kill the one with the cane?
We're
and the
killing everyone.
cape?
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking maybe
Lady,
he's a
we kill
caster.
them all.
getting
He's the
questions.
the caster is the number one target.
For you lot, for the casters, for our casters,
Yeah.
Lady and Girly, just like give him a
Frazzle him.
Yeah,
Hit
give
him
him
with
the old frazzle dazzle.
Yeah,
hit him with everything you got.
Yeah, because I'm hungry. Yeah.
The only reason I was asking because if he's not a caster, he might be someone high in the ranks of the rat people.
What, their ambassador?
Could be their president, could be their leader.
Well, he picked the wrong day to go walking, didn't he? I fear that may be famous last words.
We'll soon find out.
Dude, do you use blood lance just while we're waiting?
I do, yes.
They've hot fixed, haven't they?
What do you mean?
They've done they've knocked it down a bit. The amount of damage it does.
I don't think I was ever at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I think it was to do. It wasn't to do with the damage. I think it was to do with one of the things. One of the uniques. I think was fracturing the blood lances, and then
Yeah.
each fracture then
So
fractured
10
again.
enemies.
You got to see some of them, mate.
Also,
They hit a part of they suck in a group of people through corpse tendrils, right?
Yeah.
And there's another pack, so like the whole screen is full of mobs. He fires off blood lances in quick succession, and then suddenly the whole screen just kind of stutters and then disintegrates. Everything all just goes white and yellow with numbers, and the
Oh,
whole
wow.
screen is wiped out. It was actually causing server lag. And not in instances. And if you were in if you were in a dungeon at the same time someone else was in a dungeon doing Bloodlance, there was a chance that
Yeah.
your screen would
Yeah,
stutter.
I'm talking about it. Yeah.
also, would it be
Wow.
worth me using comprehend language so I can understand them if they're giving out orders or anything?
I imagine they're probably just going to go bite the
Kill
one
them.
that's ever in the
Yeah.
people the most, whether that's you casters or us fighters, or someone being annoying like the bird in the back. Anyway, I'm gonna get
Annoying.
annoying. Right, I'm gonna get a drink up in it.
No,
All right,
that's
mate.
good.
I was only asking now because it takes 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, we ain't got time.
We ain't got time for that, for
They're
definite.
following
Yeah.
us.
All right. So who was where on the map?
I think there, like that.
I'm behind Keith.
Adam's behind
Probably a
Stuart.
bit further.
Tell me north south because I'm looking at the other map at the moment.
Right. So Adam and Stuart are north, with Stuart in front of Adam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith and Candy are south, with Candy behind Keith. And then myself and Chris are to the west, with me in front of Chris, along with Saber, ex-Saber.
Saber behind you or in front of you?
Well, he's small, isn't he? He's sort of lower to the ground, so I was assuming he'd probably be able to get next to me, possibly.
Unlikely in where you are.
Okay, well then he'll
Not
be.
without disadvantage.
He will
He could be there, but it'll be disadvantage to hit and disadvantage being like advantage to hit.
No,
If
no,
you
no.
can
We won't.
squeeze
We
into
won't
a-
do that then.
Behind you or behind Leo?
Behind me, in front of Leo. Don't want Leo to get hit, if at all possible.
Yeah.
So the range just purely goes for the big fucker if they can see him.
Okay, so that's that and that.
So they're in front there, Brad.
Yeah, I'm to.
They're just gonna chase us out the whole cave. They fucking ignore everyone else and just keep running after us.
But no, we're going to stop when we get to that.
Yeah.
When we get past the guys.
I've got
Yeah,
a plan for that just in case.
Yeah. Me and Candy are both going to roll natural ones and shoot each other.
Yep.
Point of crossfire.
Yeah.
Chasing the bird.
Benny Hill.
You just see loads of fucking feathers out coming out. If it makes it easier, Brad, was there a particular area that you wanted this battle to occur?
No, it's fine. I just had a long one because I thought you
Okay.
potentially. I also did it for future if you get caught in a thingy. did it, and then
Sure.
I didn't think about doing. Potentially, I would have had to do multiple maps for multiple junctions, which I didn't really consider.
No.
Because also you could have gone multiple other directions as well.
I passed my hip flask to Gurley.
I smell it. And just give it a sniff.
It's the last bits of the pochine that we got from the farm. Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Dregs.
It's good stuff.
I think I'll pass.
I'll take the slug.
When I run past Fenton, as I run past, I'm going to cast Leicester Restoration straight away.
I thought you was going to say
and wave as I run past.
I thought you was going to say I'll hold it out so you're like a runner and need marathon.
Yeah.
Take the bottle of moonshine.
Fuck that. Imagine
Right,
that would be a bit of stop instead of water.
First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you all to said map so you can see where you are.
Lovely.
I'm actually going to pause it for a second so that no one starts running down the line or anything like that. So are you all loading in?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, looks like I'm in.
Getting that.
No. I am now, I think.
Okay, so you should be able to tell me if everyone's got vision. You can all see where you are.
Yep.
At the moment,
Yep.
Sammy, I've left your light on you because it was on you. I haven't turned it off in Foundry. Because you may immediately turn it back on or something, so I haven't turned it off yet. So you can see where you are. You can see where each other is, I believe, for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is people happy with that kind of location? Do they want to slightly move?
Can I shoot past Fenton at this?
Was it not 10 feet
Single?
wide? I thought
It's not 10 feet wide now. It's a good 5 feet, but not like it probably 6-ish with scraping off the walls. But it's not 10.
We was actually, Brad, we was actually planning to go this side and run past them.
Yeah. That's what I was going to get to. I
Yeah,
was going to talk
cool.
about for on the next bit. So in terms of you guys starting it, that's what I was going to talk through. But in terms of where you're standing, for where you wanted to stand with this crossroads, is this what you wanted to stand in? Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, now you can see on the map what I've done to quickly convert it is you can see that there's these white kind of walls. I have moved the actual walls that stop you from walking through. So you might slightly step on that wall. If you do step on that wall, you may be able to step on that wall potentially, but there are walls past it that will block you from moving any further. So I've moved them walls, but you can walk up and down through this crossroads as a crossroads, as it were.
Okay. So we're looking at around about 10 feet of movement here, Brad, to move in front of someone, right? Potentially.
I'd say in this instance, yeah.
Yeah.
Also to note is that the north and south parts where that is this map is slightly not doing justice to it because there's the line that goes through the middle. That line is technically the opposite way, if you like, and that's the main route, is the north to south. That's got kind of more sturdy, kind of hard packed-in kind of ground where the water runs through and has been slightly shaped. The left and rights are the more kind of where you've got to climb over the rocks and stuff, and like I said, looks more dangerous if you're gonna have to try and run for it, sort of thing. But the north and south, you can potentially run. Everyone got that?
Let me just quickly check on that
May
map.
become relevant.
I'm going to go over to the other map quickly.
So if you want to change, what I'm trying to do is give you the layout now, so you can potentially go, okay, let's change this or change this if you want someone to move position, something like
So
that.
where the grid is, all the way down to the south, right? North and south, yeah?
Mm-hmm. North
Right,
and south is that kind of packed, hard floor that could be run on. The left
Okay.
and right, not so much.
Gotcha. So the way me and
Yeah, you and
Sammy are running is not very good ground.
yeah, you don't like the idea of running over that.
Oh.
you can quite easily see yourself potentially falling and hurting yourself if you have to run. Also, Quinn and Fenton do a quick wisdom check. No wisdom check? Insight. No. Yeah, wisdom check. Give me a quick wisdom check.
Obviously, that's my best strength.
Oh my lord, 16.
That would be a natural one for a total of 0.
How much you get, Fenton? 16?
Yeah.
Okay. You, Quinn, completely just not thinking about it. You turn around and think to yourself as you're standing there and you're kind of looking, the others all position and you're all looking, kind of thinking, okay. You turn around and think to yourself, all of a sudden it hits you. Is it took a fair amount of time for them grates to open. They didn't just whoosh. So behind you, you know that there's the grates, but you know that they're not going to open in like 6 seconds. They're essentially like a 30-second kind of opening time, like to kind of be able to get up to them if you needed them.
Well, I did say that this was going to be like the hardest place to be. Do you want to open
You
that grate
did?
now?
What grate?
The one behind you. So here is the. If you look on the other map, this is where the
Yeah.
grate that goes up to the well is, and on your
Brad,
on
the other
right
item that
side
we've got,
here-
would it instantly open it? Can we use the item that unlock?
I think it only unlocks, not opens.
Okay. Let me
Just
have
do
a
it
look.
now. Well, as soon as they start running, pull the lever, and then you can get back, and then it'll be coming down, ticking down while they run towards us.
Yep.
It will also close slow as well in that time.
That's fine. Or does it automatically close?
No. I'm just saying if you open it and then close it.
We'll be alright.
Like if you got up and did something to close it. Mage hand, blah blah blah.
I mean, we'll open it just in case we need it, but I think I thought that I went at the hardest spot anyway, so I knew I was in the hardest spot.
Okay, so basically it says, okay,
Yeah.
you can strike it as an action pointing at an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock.
It would work in this instance. It would make it open, but it won't open any faster because it's still going to open in with them. Like essentially, using that would mean you don't have to activate it. It would just start opening, but it isn't going to open any faster as such. It's still going to mechanically open.
Yeah.
It's just going to open magically, automatically activated.
I mean, I can just open it. So
Yeah, that chime of open has
But we don't want them to know you're there, though, do we? That's the point. So we could just, yeah, it's metagamey a bit. Okay, fine. Let's carry on.
If you notice the very bottom, Chris, that chime has how many times it can be used.
Okay.
And at the moment, I'd say there's 7 uses of it left. So if you want to add that to the party sheet, it's got 7 uses left.
Sure,
It doesn't regenerate daily like other items do. So if you want to quickly go to the journal and just add 7 uses.
We'll do. All
Just
right,
so you
doing
know.
that.
So effectively what it's saying is that it will unlock a lock, and then if there's no more locks left to open, it will open the object. So this object obviously doesn't have a lock, but potentially that means it would open it with the use of it, I'd say.
Done.
Okay, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. So you've opened it, you say, yeah, Quinn?
I think as they're running or whatnot,
They're running towards the left.
um,
And they're coming back. You won't hear them coming back from where they're coming all the way back from.
I'll just open it right now. I think I'll just do it. I've done it. It's done. Done it. Mage hand open.
Okay.
I'm not very wisdomous.
All right, so quickly switching back to the other map, which you can switch back on and forward without a problem. Um, say that. I'll click on the token back. Right. Okay. So, are you leaving Saber there, or is it who's running forwards in that way?
All
To
of
the left.
all three of us.
All three of you running
And
to
then
the
we're
left.
gonna go.
This way, Brad.
Yep.
We're
So
gonna
you're
be
going to
there.
run to that kind of
Run the
left-hand
front.
junction that you was at.
Yeah.
Where are we? Sorry,
But
we're
is
back
it-
in the main
He's open.
sewer maps, aren't we?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
switched to the sewer map just to see where you are as such, but you can do it just by default. So you're going to run to where there is the junction, and you're going to stay on your side of it, but you're potentially going to throw the coin to what is the north side. Is that right, Chris?
No,
No.
no. We want them to follow us, Brad.
So where are you going to throw the coin? Just down.
I'm not throwing the coin now.
We're not
Oh, you're
throwing
not throwing the
coin.
coin now. Okay.
No.
No,
We're
no.
going to run
Using
down
his
and make
hat,
some
isn't
noise.
he? Using his hat
I'm
as
putting
well.
my hat on, and we're sort of gonna come. So we see them, and then we're gonna run back this way, and then when we get here, then we're gonna turn and fight them. Yeah.
So you putting your hat on now on the way to there?
Yes, because otherwise
Okay.
I can't see.
You just fall over in front of
Yeah.
Fenton.
If we can get them to pass that tee, if we can get them to pass that tee, Brad, we will.
Yeah, I know what your aim is, so you're essentially getting to follow your direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put on your hat, the three of you start to kind of, you're running forwards, yeah? Or just going similar to what you was, getting there as quick as you
Yeah,
can.
just similar to what we was. We don't want to run head first into them without,
Or overdo it on the terrain.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think Saber will actually be in front of me. To be fair.
Okay.
Because he can't get surprised. Mahaha.
He can't. Also, I will say that he can run past you without too much difficulty. He can run past you without too much difficulty because he's going to go around the side of you. But everyone else is big enough that you're going to need to move 5 foot through 5 foot extra to move through someone else's squares. Even though I don't normally do that in this instance, I'm gonna because you're in combat effectively once it's in. So you, Leo and Saber, make your way up towards the left. You're going quite carefully. You roughly feel like you're getting near to the junction. You don't quite make it as far as the junction, and Sammy, I'm going to assume you're in front of Leo. You can start to see the torch light up ahead. Starts to just a small dim light starts to come around. You would imagine that it's a very similar light to what you've got. So you think at that point they're probably.
I think that's them. So I'm going to get Saber to let out a growl.
Okay. Immediately, at about the point you're telling Saber to kind of growl, immediately you hear, both of you all hear kind of the noise of like the hissing, kind of. You definitely feel like they've seen the light, as it were.
And we run.
Brad. I also, when he growls, I roar like a lion. Hopefully,
scare them off.
So hopefully we can get a bit of ground on them.
We scare them off.
Do me an intimidation check, Chris.
Oh dear.
Oh fucking hell! Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah, we're with a -1, so 19.
Okay, that's very relevant. So when you start to run back, you can hear the hisses and everything else. As you kind of turn to start to run back, you can see obviously it's very difficult. Are you going to absolutely book it across, or are you going to run like what is your normal speed of 30? You're going to dash sort of speed, or?
But I was confident in my roar, so I think we'd be just normal. I think
Unless if they look like they're catching up with us, then we'll start booking it. But
Does it look like they've stopped them in their tracks a little bit?
You can't quite see them yet. The two light sources have kind of come slightly in contact enough to know that you both can tell. You're aware that someone's in each bit. You can't see each other yet.
Yeah, let's make the noise. Let's do sort of a jog so they can hear us running away, but not super fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so
We
dangerous.
do want them to follow us, don't we? So
All right. So you guys start making your way across, kind of
Yeah.
over the rocks, kind of thing.
not making
Sabers.
any attempt at being silent whatsoever.
Yeah,
Just
no,
we're
that's
just
fine. I get that. Sabers just jumping across, not too much of a
Yeah.
problem with the height and everything else.
Mhm.
As you start making your way back, there is a definite pause, almost like not a full rushing like there could have been. You kind of think that Leo's roar did make a difference and has kind of slightly stopped them somewhat in their tracks before they started off. As you start making your way back, yeah, the thing above you, Adam, the grate above you would have now about opened with them on their way back. Or it would have opened at this point when they're running back before they actually get to you. As you get probably about 120 feet down, you can kind of start to see roughly the bit where it kind of starts to lead up towards where you know that the other guys are standing. You can turn around, and as you kind of peek behind you, Sammy, as you're running to kind of keep an eye on as they're coming up, you can see them. They are running across it, and they are definitely moving faster than you are across it. And they look like they're not struggling at all with it. They
all
look
right.
like
We start
they're
picking up the
definitely-
pace.
Yeah, we'll start picking up the pace, and then
They're
I'll
quite
cast
dexterous
guidance
on
on
their-
Sammy.
Go on, say that again.
I cast guidance on Sammy.
Okay, they're quite dexterous, and you can see that they're almost kind of literally using walls as well to run along.
Okay.
Oh shit!
We
Fucking
book it.
aliens.
Okay, back to the other map.
Okay.
All right, can I get an initiative of everyone?
This is when I fall flat on my face again.
So let me-
Come on. This is your last chance to be a
Is
good roll.
initiative an ability check or is it a skill check? It's a skill, isn't it?
That's a
I
I
nine.
think it's its own thing.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's not, mate.
It is a check. It is. I can probably use your thingy.
I don't know if it's
Guidance.
an ability check or a skill.
It's
I
a
think
check.
it's an ability check.
It is a check. Yeah.
I think it's an ability check. 'Cause I think other things like that count as abilities,
Okay,
not
so you,
Yeah.
get,
skills.
you get a D4 on that if you want, mate.
I'll have a D4 on that, since as that's a 9 at the moment.
That is the case.
Check the spell, Chris, because I don't know if that definitely would do that. Check the spell.
Sure, no worries.
Why I set up the battle and remember how to fucking set up the battle.
Well, if it does, that gives me a +4, so that's quite cool.
Okay, you touch one willing creature. Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a D4 and add the number roll to an ability check.
When did
of its
you cast
choice.
it?
As we started booking it, mate.
Back this way.
Yeah. And it lasts up to 1 minute.
It's 200 feet, mate. It ain't a minute's worth of running.
It's not normal ground though. Right, so what I am gonna do.
Anyway,
No, not
my new metal dice have obviously suffered from
everyone. Concussion.
shyness. Goodbye,
So I
metal
just rolled
dice.
natural 1 again.
Okay, so can I get initiative orders? Hold on, why have I not got everyone here? We're in. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got you in. So can you see on? I don't know what you can and can't see on. Can you see on the combat tracker? Can you see just your guys, or can you see the other people?
can
or-
see
I
all the
can
others
see
as well.
everyone as well.
Okay.
7. There's 7 of them.
And starting with Saber, and then go down the list. You can see the list. What's the initiative? I don't think you guys can put it in. I'm right.
No, it's not letting me.
Go on, then give me Sabers.
Sabers is no Saber rolls goes on mine on
of course it does,
13.
yeah. So What was yours?
13.
I'm just going to do that. So I push it together. And Quinn?
17.
17. And Condra? Initiative?
18.
18. Bulgarian?
6.
6. Leonidas?
12.
12. And Fennon?
15.
Yeah, that looks in order to me. Can you see your numbers of initiative?
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Okay,
Yep.
good. So you can see. You tell me if you was out of order. You're out of order.
Yeah, he's out of order.
Yeah.
I'm bloody on 6.
And fucking monks going first. What a bugger.
Just stand up for where you would have been as you run back.
Mhm.
Okay, so first one up. Goodness, I should have done some training myself. So you're gonna. Okay, so first up is going to be you, Quandra. Right, so where you are at the moment, you guys who are already waiting there, you're both waiting there. You just see Leo coming running back.
Oh, hold on. Why do we not? Why are they not in combat for us to be able to surprise? Listen,
They
us
haven't
win.
quite made it to you. They haven't made it to you yet. I'm just about to tell you what happened. So, because of the noise that Leo made was enough, they didn't catch you down the tunnel. They would have been fighting you down the tunnel. So
surely
they've now made it.
Surely the first part of the combat would be the first attack, and if she can't attack and she's first, then
An ambush is when the other people don't know you're there. These are running back. Your ambush right now is the fact that these guys are going to run back through you. Then you're going to attack. How do I make that work in terms of the fact they're running back?
She can hold her action until they come
Yeah,
into
she
view.
can hold her action.
It's true.
That's what I'm saying. Basically what was going to happen to you was they was going to get stuck in the tunnel with them hitting them on the way back. That was the plan, but Chris pulled something out the bag that made that not happen. So I've put them now in front of you rather than be taking like 10 attacks on the way back here. They move through that terrain without an issue. You guys don't. That is definitely for Sammy and Leo. You definitely can tell that they can move through this terrain a lot quicker than you. So what you done essentially, Leo, essentially just saved you from taking multiple attacks running through this tunnel. So your ambush is actually, in a sense, fouled in the sense that you've managed to get to here without them being right on you.
Well, we underestimated their movement, right?
You did, yes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And like I said, Stuart, it would be too hard for me at this point to do a surprise round sort of thing. A surprise round in an ambush would be that they didn't know, they get here, you surprise them. You haven't surprised them because they're not surprised, they're running at you kind of thing.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
I get what you mean, but yeah, it wasn't possible in that sort of sense. But Quandra, it is your turn, so you can ready something. Like you can essentially your action, you can ready to do something. So right now you can't see them, but you can hear them coming. You can hear the noises of the kind of scraping, the kind of hissing, the kind of it's almost like a squeak, but it's more aggressive kind of squeak. And you can definitely hear this noise. And you're seeing Leo and Sammy kind of just up ahead beyond Bulgarian, kind of charging forwards, now getting to this point where they can get their foot on this path to move a little bit quicker. You can see them. So what you can, because you're reacting first, you can hold an action so that as you see them kind of come up, you can do something for your action, as it were. So what you're going to be doing is holding some sort of action, likely, because you don't want to just miss your turn. You can potentially just dodge.
Hold a spell until they come, and when I see them,
What spell are you going to hold? You have to define. So when you're holding an action like that, you have to define some specifics as to what it is. What was it?
Okay, I'm gonna hold firebolt.
Firebolt. So when you first see the first one come around.
Yep.
So you get to choose these conditions. So you could wait until you see that kind of one that looks slightly more special that you know about, or you can wait for the first one,
Right.
or you can wait for them to hit someone. You define the bits of the thingy, the your
Well, I'm gonna
action,
wait
what you're gonna
then.
do.
I'm gonna hit the big one.
Okay, cool. The big one that you know looks
the
different.
one with the cane and the cape.
Okay, cool. There we go. So you're holding your action. Next up is you, Quinn. Did you hear the sounds as well? There were sounds.
We
You
just
ain't got your sounds on,
died.
you didn't hear it.
I don't know if anyone else has died on Forge.
Died?
Yeah,
No.
it just kicked me out.
Oh, that kind of died. No, no one else.
Oh.
Has anyone else having any issues?
Okay.
No.
Nope.
Hopefully I'm coming back in now.
No more computer troubles, please. We've already had enough computer troubles today. So Quinn, same thing. You can see him. What are you going to be doing?
So in this space, for me to move, but if I wanted to move past Fenton, I could.
You basically have to move an extra 5 foot to get through Fenton. So Fenton Square, instead of being 5 foot to step there, is 10 foot. So an extra 5 foot. And then as you move back, same thing.
Would I be able to like lunge next to him and then attack with my rapier because it's like a lungy weapon?
No, it'd have to be a reach weapon from where you are.
As in, like, if I move next, like in the gap next to him, and then
if you move next to where Fenton is, you're going to be effectively squeezing, which means you're going to be at disadvantage to attack, and they will have advantage to hit you. That's what happens if you squeeze.
Sure, okay.
So it can be done. There is enough, I'd say, without. So Fenton's there. I would say that Fenton's not going to be the one that's going to get affected by it. So potentially, I'll say he can squish like half a foot over, so that you can potentially squeeze in that gap without affecting him. But you are going to be affected by the squeeze because you're the one doing it.
Okay, now I'm going to ready magic missiles to attack whatever rat first attacks one of my allies.
Okay. Cool. And you're done like that? Staying there?
That I can see, obviously. Yeah, I'll stay there.
Yep. So Sammy, you've got your light on. I'm going to quickly change your vision here, Ad, because otherwise it all goes weird and I forget that. 60. Right. So technically you can now see in black and white in areas, Ad?
Yep.
That's your dark vision. So where it goes dark, annoyingly... No, that does work. Yeah, because that's just grey. Okay, so you're done. And your dark vision's on. Fenton, you're up.
I hex this rat here.
That one there. Okay, I say you can probably see him because you can slightly lean forwards to be able to see him.
And then I delay my action to hit the first rat that comes into my...
Hexblade's Curse or just Hex?
Hex.
Hex, there we go. And what's that do?
I hex his con. Gives me damage.
Say again?
Gives me damage.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't affect the rat itself?
Nope. No, he doesn't even know that he's been cursed either.
Okay, cool. Was that your bonus action or your action?
That's a bonus action, and my action is delay until to hit.
Till they're in range, sort of thing.
The first enemy in range.
Probably where Leo is going to be, that sort of thing, where you're going to hit. Do you want to move 1 square? Do you want me to put you 1 square forwards? Because then you'd be on this 5 foot line.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've kind of put both of you potentially 5 foot back from where you should be in terms of this line, I'm guessing. Unless you want to hold where you are.
Ambush, shouldn't we?
Yeah, unless you want to hold where you are, and potentially you could fit 3 of them in line here.
Yeah, I'll stay where I am.
You stay where you are?
Yep.
Keith, on that side? So you
I'll
can
stay where
potentially
I am.
try and squeeze in a few of them, sort of thing.
I can hit something if it runs past me, can't I?
No, that's what I'm saying. So right now, if they run past you, no, they'd have to step into the square.
Well, obviously, if they've been compromised already, then again, can we delay to step forward and hit something? We
No,
can't,
what I'm saying is right now, because I put you 5 foot away, not considering it, what I'm saying is I can move both of you two up as if you were there. So you would hit them as they might move past this 5 foot line here.
That was the plan.
Yeah, so I can do that if you want. I'm happy to do that. Same with Fenton. But what I was saying, Keith, was if you stay here, potentially you can fit 3 people to hit.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
Hold the line.
Hold the line. Yeah.
At this point, though, that's what I'm saying. Like in a line, so you can potentially fit 3 in this line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll just use a hand signal to hold for Belgarian across the
Yeah.
corridor.
So you're going to hold basically when people move into these 2 squares, you can hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're holding your action, and you.
3 betas are the ones that rode the lowest.
What?
So the bait team are the ones that rode the lowest initiative.
Yeah. It could have been a lot worse. I was going to hold you in that bit and see what you did, but Chris came out with something out of nowhere. Because you didn't anticipate them moving. Right, the first thing, as this one steps up, and now kind of you're starting to properly glimpse what you're looking at. This one that's just stepped up. Is Saber behind you there, Sammy? Which way do you want that to be? I've moved you just as it was, but which way did you want to be there? Just before I come out. I've got Saber in front of you, and then you behind Saber. Do you want to be in front of Saber or Saber behind you? So you're who's protecting who?
No, I wanted. Saber can run faster than me, so I've sort of wanted in between me
That's
and
what I mean.
Leo.
I'm
Really,
happy
yeah,
to move you now as the.
yeah,
I think that's what you said, Dave.
Yeah, that's what you originally had, but where I've
Yeah.
moved them up, moving back, I've moved them out of order. So are you happy with that?
yeah.
I mean, you're the one essentially at the kind of
Yeah,
back end.
yeah.
Cool. Right, so you're actually now getting a sense on what these are, what you're up against, and I don't know if you can remember in the fight that you last had in the tunnels, there was one particular one that was very heavily armored, who is wearing like a kind of rusted, horrible kind of type of plate. In particular, Fenton, you was looking at it thinking, "No, please," and it was very much not your shape, so you took it to wear it. But these ones are heavily armored, and it's also carrying a glaive, so it's also got a reach weapon. Sammy and Leo, as you look behind it, you can see there are more of them, and you remember these ones being tough.
Okay.
So this one steps up. As this one steps up, so the rest of them all readied, who'd already thinking they're all ready to basically move up with that first one. So they all move up as the first one moves. This one takes a swing at you, Sammy.
I can't even see him.
No, you can't yet.
Let's check
Oh,
if we can-
okay.
But he's got the light source on his head, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he has actually. Can you see your vision?
No.
On... No. Okay, so your token on this one must be different. Let me quickly add that so you can see. That's not going to help.
I think he switched off his hat, didn't he?
No, either I did it or I didn't do it on this one. I've pulled in a new one.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
a bit more
That's
scary.
better.
I don't know if the rest of you can see that, but that's scary now.
That's scary, yeah.
So
I think we need to calm this shit down.
so you realize at this point that they've managed to catch you. As I said, they were kind of like they're easily kind of making their way across it. This is their terrain sort of thing. They were straight across it, no worries. They easily can move across this. In some cases, they were almost kind of wall walking to be able to kind of get to you.
Okay.
So this one, as they all move up kind of together. Some of them switch places, metagaming, but they all move up, and then this one immediately just slices down at you. But he's not next to you, as such. But you are in his threat range. Ooh. Sorry, I'm catching up myself on what I need to know where the bloody things are on the character sheets.
Sorry.
That's a 22 to hit.
Shield.
Does that get you up enough? Yeah.
That puts me on 23.
Okay.
Ah, where's that shield spell?
Shield.
Right, these things are tough. It actually can attack again.
Is shield still up?
Shield is still up.
Yeah.
That's only a 14, so he misses you. So the first one comes in, and you just like, and he just kind of whacks onto it, and you just see the shimmer of kind of force, and then immediately kind of pulls it back, tries to hit you again, but as he kind of pulls it back, hits off a rock, and he's kind of anger from missing you the first time. So you're fine. Next up, it's your go, Sammy.
Well now.
He's in his threat range, is he?
He is in his threat range. His threat range is 10 feet, so leaving that 10-foot, that square he's on, is the equivalent of someone with 5 feet moving next away from being next to him.
Well now.
And you haven't got shield up either, by the way.
No, shield's gone down now. I know.
You got your reaction back though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, blimey, I didn't. And obviously we've used spells, haven't we? We haven't had a long rest, have we?
Not a long rest, no.
No. So that's all my spells gone then. Okay. Can I fight defensively? But I want to move. We need to sort of keep backing up, don't we?
Yeah.
Like the three of us need to be moving in together. I mean, I know it's initiative order, but
You're kind of going to be fine in that sense, in as much as the three of you are pretty much close together, other than one who's not going to make it through that pack that he's there. So they're going to move up as that pack they've done. You're going to get to move back in the way you intended, essentially.
Yeah,
the way
you're making back,
initiative
but you're
order-
going to get attack of opportunity against you, basically.
Yeah, you are going to get that, but the initiative order has worked out well in that you three are going to pretty much almost run together anyway. So you could run past them, and I'm going to count that as kind of nothing. You're all three of you
so
can run
5,
together.
10, 15, 20, 25. So if I run to there,
Yeah.
the other two can also get back behind me,
Yeah.
and I'm still fighting defensively. Oh, retreating defensively.
Dodge
Yeah,
action.
that's it.
You're dodging. So you dodge first and then
Yeah.
move, right?
Yeah.
Disengaging.
That's what I meant. No, not
Yeah.
disengaging.
Don't make the
I'm
same
going
mistake.
defensively. I'm saying defensively. I meant dodging.
So dodge as in multiple attacks from next time sort of thing, as opposed to disengage this time, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not disengaging. I'm dodging.
Okay, so
They
he's
can
going to take his
swing at-
attack.
Yeah,
He's going to
yeah.
swing again at you as you move away.
Disadvantage.
But he's at disadvantage. That's the main thing.
Oof, no. This time he catches it on the rock above him. You were saying earlier, in terms of the coin, I wouldn't have actually let you throw the coin. The coin has to drop 5 feet. There isn't 5 feet within here. You won't find a consistent 5 feet high above you. Not 5 feet enough that you can throw that. If you go on
5 feet's
You're
5
not
feet. I'm
hitting your
7
head.
foot tall.
Are you 7 feet?
I was just going
Yeah.
to say that. He's 7 foot tall. He could have just put it in his hand, but
Yeah, I'm 6
stretched
foot.
his arms up and dropped it.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's not overly. I didn't realize I was counting for 6 feet, but not 7 foot. You're having to duck down a bit lower, but I'd say at this point it's not
Okay.
quite enough. You're definitely hunched down kind of thing, more than you would normally be, but not enough to cause that. It's for normal 5 to 6 foot humanoids. It's a duck every now and again, that sort of thing. You're having to duck kind of more often, sort of thing.
Yeah. All right.
But there isn't really an obvious 5 foot to be able to throw that kind of coin to drop 5 feet, unless you throw it up into a little gap and it fell down, which you probably wouldn't have done. Which obviously, in terms of just letting you know for anything else that's relevant
Yeah.
for height-wise. So you're done. Dodged. Bonus action, doggy.
Um.
Does he
Well,
move?
yeah,
He moves.
he moves with me, you know, so I can. I mean, is there space that he can sort of?
He can run past you. It's not a problem yet.
Yeah.
Um,
Then he will. I mean, he's pointless now because he can't really do anything. In the fact that
Maybe-
to do anything, he needs to be within 5 foot of the person attacking.
Maybe moving further back.
Well, because depending on how Bradley plays it, if he's saying I might be able to sort of get there and then he gets in next to me, sort of thing.
where I'd put him is like here, or where you're currently standing, here or here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. But that's a move up. I'm here and here for the moment.
If he is in either of those squares, though, he's going to be a disadvantage. He's going to be effectively squeezing.
Yeah, but I'm just using him to help. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Yep. So we're there and there for the moment, and then Leo can get past us.
Yeah. I'm going to say you can run past Leo without the negative speed at this point
Thank
because
you.
you're all running along in a
Yeah.
planned way. But after this, you're that 10 feet, the 5 feet extra is
Mhm.
going to count.
Yeah,
Okay, mate,
no
no worries.
Right. It's the next one who's in the middle of that pack. Don't do nothing.
If the ceiling's only 5 foot high, how are they using the glaive effectively?
That's what I'm saying. He just caught it. He's using it forwards. That's why he stopped 5 feet. He's using it forwards, not thingy.
He's juking.
Yeah. How would you use a spear in a tunnel?
It's not about me, Brad.
Spear's different as well.
The glaive's just a different type of end. It's still essentially long stick. Oh, sorry, I jumped past you. Sammy, your Leo, your turn.
Yeah, my turn.
So I said you can do whatever you can do, and you can then move through them as if you're moving normally.
As I'm running through the rocks, I have a little loop and a jump. I jump through here.
Mhm.
An orange aura comes out of me,
Yeah.
like a big aura, and I bless Fenton, Sammy, and Bulgarian.
Wheat.
Ooh.
Bless it up. That's 5. That's 10, 15, 20, 25. How do I do the measuring tape, Brad?
See the on left hand side.
Left hand side. Yep.
You've got
Sorry.
like a measuring tape, and then like a corner thing, and then.
Oh,
You've
no,
got
no,
like
no,
a
no.
ruler. The other way, actually, I think, Chris, if you hold control. Yeah, if you hold
okay.
control, it will do it without needing to do that. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. You click back on.
Let me just have a look at this. So if I hold control.
Yeah. Hold control. It does it.
Okay, yep. Yep, cool. And I can see what I see on this map, right?
Yeah, anything you can physically see right now. So obviously I've made it different kind of here sort of thing. But the walls are roughly that. So as I said, there are kind of like 5 foot, like every now and again it's just like a maybe a 4 foot jut out or a 6 foot wide. It kind of narrows and gets around, but generally a 5 foot gap for you to kind of go.
Oh.
Excellent.
Also because of the walls themselves have that kind of with all the little pockets out of them and all that sort of stuff, all the little indents and the kind of cavities. So that's why I'm saying also that you can do like squeezing and moving around and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
As in this kind of thing, as in moving actually around.
I can move around, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. As opposed to through.
Like a
And
10
if
foot.
you do your squeezing, which puts you at
Yeah.
half speed anyway, so you don't really
Yeah,
want
cool.
to.
No worries, mate.
Yeah.
Bonus action. No, I'm good, mate. I think
Yeah,
that's
all
enough
done?
for my turn. Yep, I'll end my turn. There you go.
Cool. Let's see what's there. Bulgarian, you're up.
Yeah, when something comes within range, I'm going to take a swing with my stuff.
Okay, 5 foot. So here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Quandra, you was waiting for the bigger one, wasn't you?
I was, yes.
Yeah, this one's not the bigger one. What was you saying, Quinn? What did you hold?
Was it if someone got attacked?
Okay. This one moves up, but he's moved past his movement. He's moving faster than his movement, so he can't attack this round. So he's moved up to here. That's him done. Right, Quandra, it
Adam.
comes back around to your turn.
Adam, you're going to
Yeah.
lose your spell, mate.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
What spell was you holding?
Magic missile.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say when you see an enemy? Why did you say when it attacks?
Yeah, well, you should both say see it when you see an enemy.
I didn't know I lose the spell.
If you cast a spell, you lose it. If you don't cast it in the round. If it's a cantrip, then they're infinite.
I bet Candy didn't know that either. Best to make sure both of you know. This
Candy
time
was
Ad,
a
I'll tell you-
firebolt.
No, I'm saying, but she probably didn't know that's why she probably just held it because it was a spell she wanted to use rather than a big spell. I'm saying she might not have realised that was the case as well. Adam, I'm going to say this time you can switch it to a cantrip essentially, so you didn't lose the spell.
I don't have a damaging cantrip today.
So how do you want to play it? Do you want to carry on as if you've lost that spell?
Yeah. I mean, I can throw a dagger, but
No.
About Candy, right?
4.
Candy's got a cantrip, so she's fine. It's just that Adam
Oh.
didn't realise that he would have lost the spell.
What about just shooting this one with a magic missile?
Go on, I'll allow it if you want to shoot this one rather than specifically when it attacks.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh.
what I would have done if I knew I was going to lose
Yeah.
it.
I'll allow that if you want.
Very
Because I'm
kind
allowing
of
you because you didn't know a rule, which I would do for Candy. So
And you can take your shot,
No, she can't.
can't she?
Nah, she's
no, her one's for thingy. I'm letting Adam do it because otherwise he loses a spell altogether.
Oh, okay.
In that sense.
as a cantrip and don't matter.
Okay, cool.
So do you spell, Ad?
Yep.
And get some 3d4.
That's 7 points.
7 for 1.
7 total.
7 total.
Jesus Christ! What did you roll? 1, 1, and 2.
It was a 1, 2, and a 3.
That's 8.
Oh, it's +1 for each.
Yeah.
For each, mate. Yeah.
That's better. That's 9.
Yes, 9
Okay.
damage.
Now I've forgotten how much this guy was on.
You did,
Two
you
mo-
did him
two
7,
more.
so 2 more.
Just 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're on 9.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Oh, God. I've just put it at 0.
Minus 39.
I'll take it.
It's going well. Okay, so Fenton, you're kind of there ready, and then all of a sudden these darts just come out from you and just whack into him, and he's just a bit stunned at first. Definitely see kind of a bit of blood splash out, but still looking okay. Okay, so Quandra, your turn. What are you gonna do? You can see this one.
Can I change and hit him?
Yeah, it's your turn now. So you just literally hit him. So last
Okay, I'm
time,
gonna,
last time your held thing didn't come to occur, so you just don't do it. And in Adam's case, he was holding an actual spell. You're holding a cantrip. So if you was to ready a different spell that's high level, first, second, third, all that sort of stuff, you'd be holding it, and then it would fade before you got to use it on your next turn, sort of thing,
Okay.
unless the thing happens. So think about that in terms of when I'm a little bit more lenient, especially like this, but think about that when you're saying what it is that's going to kind of happen, sort of thing. I generally
Mhm.
take your intentions rather than the absolute specifics. So,
okay.
so
Do
now
I
it's
need
your
to
turn
move
again.
to?
You can just straight off do what you're going to do, whatever you want.
Do I need to move to
No, you
attack
can
him if I'm doing
I think you can see him.
firebolt?
from where you are. You can see him.
Okay.
You're looking over Belgarian's shoulders. Essentially, you can shoot from there.
Alright, well, I'm gonna do firebolt.
Okay.
So D20 and 1D10. Which one's the 10?
Got to see if you hit first.
Yeah. So you're rolling a spell ranged attack. So if you look, I should just bring up everyone's characters to start with.
I think hers would be +7.
So if you,
I
yeah,
think-
it is. So if you look in your spells, you can see
Yep.
it says spell attack. That's the amount you're going to add to your d20 when you do a spell that has to do a ranged
Yeah.
attack sort of thing.
Yeah.
So roll your 20 and then add that.
12. 19.
19.
19.
Yeah, so you
Didn't
hit
realise we
for
was making
damage.
tea. Damage is D10, 1d10. That's D10, isn't it? Yes. 7.
7. Yeah, so this one's just come up and just like fire kind of hits him in the chink of the arm, and you see it kind of envelop kind of inside his armor sort of thing. It's like makes a big screech kind of sound. So you got your bonus action and any movement if you wanna.
No bonus action and no movement.
Cool. Okay, so you're done there. Quinn, you're
Yeah,
up.
I'm done.
Okay.
Are you telling me that Quinn's behind and you can't do anything from a distance?
Hey, listen, my initiative is not my strong suit, and I roll well. Okay.
That little thing I made.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shadow Blade. Bonus section.
Yeah. Is the Shadow Blade the one that floats that you can move around?
No, it's
The one you hold in-
You can throw it.
it's like a
Oh,
yeah,
the one you
it's
hold
like
in your
a-
hand, you throw. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Was that
I'm
an
just reading
action?
it. I'm reading its property. That was a bonus section.
Okay.
Where's the time go? Is that the time already? Fucking hell.
Yeah. I think we had a couple of issues like with me falling out and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Thanks, sir.
And as an action, I'm just going to draw and throw a dagger.
Cheers.
Okay, yeah. Range
18 to hit
18. Yep, that hits. You managed to find a little gap in the armor. Sticks in.
and 7 point.
Oh, this one's taking a beating. I need to hurry and get him to you. No movement. Done.
No, that's me.
Fenton, you're up.
I'll take a 5-foot step and hit this one.
Schmuck him. Go on in.
Oh, 17.
Oh, just.
Yeah.
Yep, you managed to hit him.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, mate. Come on, I'm hungry. I need some dinner.
8 damage.
8 damage. Come on, I think. Go on.
No one's going to be able. If someone goes behind that bloke, they ain't going to be able to glaive me, are they?
They may be able to. I would say
Really?
it's going to be tough. It's not going to be without cover.
All right. I'll stay there because this bloke's got a glaive as well, hasn't he? Otherwise, I'm just going to be stepping in and out of combat all the time. Bloody glaives. I'll stay there.
Okay, cool. So you're done. Next up.
Bloody hell.
Timmy just moves. This one moves up to you, Bulgarian. So use
Whacking him.
Hogan? Yeah. Got him. much is that?
Yeah. It didn't do the D4, Brad.
D4. Oh, the D4 thingy. The D4. It's not like
Bless.
Fantasy Grounds. It doesn't automatically do it, so you have to roll a 4 as well.
Okay, well, I've hit him, and I.
Yeah, you definitely have. Yeah, so you
Yeah.
don't have to roll it this time. Yeah, so the dice rolls don't be thingy. This one's not. I haven't set up automatic things like that because otherwise I feel they just get more confusing. So when you go to roll your D20, just roll a D4. You've got it on the left hand side to roll an extra D4 sort of thing.
Okay.
So damage.
That do it in this? No, it didn't. Why
I
am
think you
not
can just
getting
click
the-
it. You can click it in the chat.
What do you mean? Click it in the
Do
chat.
down the bottom, it
Like,
says roll
roll-
damage.
roll
and then
damages.
21.
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you
Oh,
can do
yeah.
that. That will work. It should roll your normal damage. For the
I've
start.
clicked it. What is it? That's not. There's not a D4. I'm not worried about D4. Actual damage.
Where are you clicking it from? From your character
I'm
sheet?
trying to do the. I'm trying to do the two-handed one. The 1d8.
The bottom one.
It's not coming up with the
Yeah, the little thing next to it. I see what you mean.
yeah.
Right, let me
Good
just
thing D&D
try this.
Beyond.
Yeah, my one did it. Have you got? Have you
Yeah,
definitely
just
got thing active? The Beyond 20.
I just double clicked it. It's still not working.
Check your Beyond 20 at the top. Check that that's on.
Yeah,
Top
it's on.
right corner. Yeah, but just click on it for a sec. See if it's got Luminar on it. See if it's got Luminar on your thing up there. Go up. Has access to site. Just click on it.
Just look on the Luminor game logs. It shows you what he's rolling for damage.
What in thingy you mean?
Yeah. Use D&D Beyond digital dice.
Yes,
Try
I'm good.
click it.
It's already on.
No,
No, that's off.
It's been doing it. No, what it's not doing, Chris. It's not coming. Look, it's not showing up at D&D.
It doesn't show up. It doesn't show up. I just clicked on it.
You can just roll it manually.
Yeah, I know, but it's worth fixing it for all the times afterwards, sort of thing.
Keep an eye out for a second, then try it. No, nothing.
Okay, for now, Keith, roll it with like the dice that's in on the left hand side, sort of thing, and we'll just add it manually. Or did you do that one just then? Did you?
No, he didn't. No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
It just came up with one.
That's someone
That
else.
was someone else.
Oh, okay.
Probably Adam.
There you go. 13 damage.
Fine. Okay, cool. We'll do it like that for now, Keith, and we'll sort it out afterwards, sort of thing.
Nice, 13 damage. Ooh.
Yeah. It's really weird. I don't understand what I've done.
Right, then he's going to attack you. This one. The other ones have to move up far. This was the closer one, so this one is in range to be able to move and hit. We'll go around. First up. 23 to hit.
Yeah, it's it.
This one. You take 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
It's a big weapon. And then you can try and hit you again. I keep missing the second ones. 11. No, you're fine on the second one. So he kind of just steps around the other, kind of almost shoulder barges the other rat, and now you can kind of see him like all these kind of plated rats essentially. Just comes walking around, just kind of jabs it straight in, kind of hits you, then goes for a second one, and again just conks it off one of the stag lights just above you, sort of thing. This is the second one. That's him done. Next up is you, Sammy. Stepping up. Can't hear you if you're talking.
Yep, I said I shall step up and I shall try and stab the
Go on
dude
then.
in front of me.
You ain't
Actually,
got a stabby, have you? Oh, yeah, you do. You got a sword.
yeah, I do.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was thinking
Yeah.
mace. Oh,
Yeah, I've got the sword instead now. So,
yeah, that's cool.
and I think the sword should hopefully, fingers crossed, help me hit better.
Which one are you aiming for? This one right in front of you.
Was either of them injured in any way?
The
One on me's been injured.
the one on Bulgarian's been injured. It's the one behind that took all the pummeling from all the
Alright.
spells.
I'll go on. I'll try and hit the one on Belgaren then.
Go on him.
Does he any bonuses, Brad?
Huh?
Does he get any bonuses? Oh no, he's not. He's not. No.
He's got his
That'll be
D4.
He's got his
11.
D4.
You got your 4 from Bless as well.
Will 15 be a hit if I can get a 4?
No, it won't.
I won't worry about rolling then.
Okay.
There's a
Some people just like to roll the dice.
no. And then
That's your action.
can Saber get in here?
Yeah. It's gonna be a disadvantage though.
He'll be at disadvantage, will he? All right. Well,
How far can Saber move?
40.
40. Are you gonna back him away afterwards, or leave him there? Because he will also be gaining the people to hit him will gain advantage as well.
That's fine. That's what he's there for. If they really want to hit a dog.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Go on him.
Um,
So you're disadvantage, but you can hit.
Oh, 16 and a 17. Hang on. So we'll go with a 16. And he is 16. So
getting-
20.
Cool, that's a hit. Everyone's getting used to all the details everywhere again.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna. I haven't got a D8 out, so I'm just gonna roll it in here.
Yeah, that's fine. 2
So
plus.
that's 2.
Spin
So
that
4
dice.
damage.
Yep. Kind of gets a bite on his ankles.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what he does.
You're done.
That's how I'll go over.
That's your bonus selection. Okay. There's one at the back. You can kind of see it's slightly moved up. This one is not as heavily armored in terms of plate, but he has got a shield. This one is wearing some sort of metallic armor. You can't quite see what. It's got kind of tatty bits of kind of leather, kind of clothing that seems to be covering some of it. He seems to be making plenty of kind of screeching noises towards the ones in front of him. He stops there though. Oh, why have you got there? Oh. Your turn, Leonidas.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go after this round.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just about to finish the round, so we'll finish out there.
Okay.
And before next
My
round-
turn. I'm going to embonding bond to Fenton
Yeah.
and Bulgarian.
So 2 people, yeah.
Yep.
I think it is.
So the line comes out. Normal orange
That's-
line.
The blessed one, isn't it?
Correct. So they rolled 2d4, but with this one, it works on skill checks, ability checks, attack rolls, but I can only use it once per turn.
Cool.
And it lasts for 10 minutes.
Bloody hell.
It's not a concentration or anything like that, is it?
No. Actually, where's my little concentration tab?
I'm going to just make a note. So I'm going to need to, but otherwise we'll forget for next time.
What is it?
What's the name of it again, Chris?
It is. It's called Embonding
Embolden
Bond.
thing.
Emboldening Bond.
Boldening bond.
Emboldening Bond. So
And that's
EMBOLD.
10 minutes, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Bless, Stu and Keith. It's like Bless, but you get to use it once a turn as opposed to every attack per turn, sort of thing.
And you get it on ability checks as well.
So you wouldn't get to use it on your reaction if you've made an attack with it, sort of thing. Wouldn't last through.
Yeah.
Because it's one per round.
You can choose.
So if you miss your attack and then you get your action, then technically it does there. So
I'm going to move around the corner here, Brad, and just stick my head round.
looking just back this way, or just peeking around towards them?
Yeah, just picking around.
Cool. Okay. And then you're all done?
I'm done.
Cool. Garen, you're up.
Right, so swing it in.
So you choose
Yeah.
now, Keith,
Yeah. I
if you want to use it or not.
see that.
Okay.
Make sure you tell me the numbers, Keith, because I can't see the chat most of the
17.
time. How much?
7-8. That's without
Yeah.
D4.
Yeah, that's without the D4.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
blessed as well, mate. So you should have been rolling
Yeah.
D4 anyway.
D4, 2 D4s.
You
if
need
you
to
want.
declare it, Keith, though, so you can't hold it just because you hit, sort of thing. So if you're using it, you need to use it.
No,
before
I'm
you roll
saying that's without the blessed D4. So that's with it. So that's 21 to hit.
But I mean, also you have to declare when you're using Chris's thing, like when
Oh
you're.
yeah, I'll
attacking.
do that. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
4. D8, sorry. Oh shit. 6 damage.
Managed
Now
to-
I'm gonna take
Hold on.
I'm gonna use a key point to do a dodge.
A dodge.
To take dodge action.
Okay, cool. Dodge action counts as a bonus, and it's actually a bonus in your action. And you're not moving, I'm guessing.
No.
Okay, so right, that's back around the beginning of combat. So we're gonna end it there.
End it there, yeah.
Up next time.
Go on to your character for a sec.
Oh,
Just right click on your
cheers,
token.
lads.
Good session, guys.
Cheers. See you later, mate.